myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Good morning.
Oh,
I came prepared
you
today.
look amazing. I mean, watching her gracefully swan her way across the studio. No, she was running like a mad person. And that's what we are here for. Why? Because today is a special day. So good morning to you, you beautiful human being.
Good morning, Grace.
Welcome to you guys. Why are we so excited about today? It's the 18th of July, a very special day, also known as Mandela Day here in South Africa. So if you're an international watching South Africa today, this is how you get the job done. A day where we uphold the values, the qualities, the ethos of our former President Nelson Mandela and encourage, I think, all of us, first of all, ourselves and then anyone else around us, that we can get galvanized to spend 67 minutes of our time giving back to the communities. And you can hear the rains blessing me as I say this.
Absolutely.
Yes, because the rains have come back.
It really has, and in full force as well. But rain means blessings, and we
Yeah.
absolutely love to see it. And this morning, we're also going to be shining a spotlight on numerous initiatives and, of course, giving you an idea of how to spend your time today. We're going to run through a couple of options in case your 67 minutes has not quite been ticked off just yet.
Yeah, and what I love about this day is I keep using the term plug and play. We
Yes.
make it as easy as possible for people to give back. And we're going to be chatting to Kolbe, one of our favorites, of course, representing very proudly the Cheslin Kolbe Foundation, donating 67 kennels for 67 underprivileged dogs to everything in between. And I think this weather has highlighted how many animals are in need, but I think more importantly, how we're kind of all part of one conversation. Animals, humans, one welfare.
We really are, man. And for our animals, we really just hold them so close to our hearts. So we want the same for you. We also move into the kitchen where we reminisce on one of Madiba's favorite recipes. It happens to be one of my favorites too. That's creamy samp and beans. I can't wait to get into that.
Oh, comfort food for a cozy day like today. And then finally closing off the show, we welcome Jimmy Nevis and Craig Lucas, doing very, very special things at the moment. They've collaborated on a beautiful song. It hits me a little too hard. Never forget, but that's what we're about. We want the emotion, all in aid of honouring the legendary bioscope of Wynberg, the Luxorama. I love it. We're going to get a lesson in modern and kind of progressive culture, but through a lens looking backwards, and I love it. But of course, today is all about being galvanized to do something special, and I would imagine someone is fired up this morning. Sanele, please show us your hair today, and please show us your gorgeous outfits, and show us that beautiful smile. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning, my faves. Hello, my lovely Cape Town family. You guys, you invigorate me. You give me the energy I need. And Expresso family, that is what it is about. Giving you all the energy you need to get you through your day and start your morning off on the perfect note. And you know what? Out of everything my Cape Town family said, they caught me at Samp and Beans and what Tata Madiba loved, because I am obsessed with that dish. So I can't wait for that. However, we always tell you that, yes, we're having fun on the television, but we want to see you on the social media streets. This morning, for the Good Morning Post, my lovely, we want to hear from you. Hashtag Expresso Show, as well as on WhatsApp 063-408-8863. Send through that voice note. It is all about Madiba. Of course, it is the 18th of July, Mandela's birthday, which we call Mandela Day. And we want to know, in and around your area, my lovely, how are you spending your 67 minutes to give back to your community? What events are you getting involved in? And tell us about them and how people can get involved, just in case somebody's like, you know what? I actually have got 67 minutes to spare today, and I'm looking for something to do. Let us know, 063-408-8863 and hashtag Expresso Show on all social media platforms. As you can tell, it is about to be a ride and a half, my lovely. But let's get news out the way and then get the show ongoing. Here is the beautiful Carissa standing by with the news headlines.
Thank you so much, Zanele. 4 minutes after 6 o'clock, let's get into your news at the top of the hour. Now, we start up with national news, where National Assembly Speaker Toko Didiza has encouraged South Africans to watch the opening of a Parliament address to hear how their vote will work for them in the coming 5 years of the 7th administration. Didiza was speaking on the sidelines of the pre-walk about at the parliamentary precinct at the Cape Town City Hall. Now, the site where President Cyril Ramaphosa will deliver his much-anticipated address tonight. The address is scheduled for 7 p.m. Meanwhile, the city of Cape Town says traffic flow across the city will be disrupted today due to the opening of Parliament at the City Hall. It says a number of roads will be closed and requests motorists to familiarize themselves with the closures and to find alternative routes. Additionally, heavy rain is expected in Cape Town tonight as the president convenes the joint sitting of the newly established two houses of Parliament to deliver the opening of the Parliament address. Looking at international news, Ghana's Supreme Court deferred its ruling yesterday on a request to halt Parliament from sending a highly contested anti-LGBTQ bill to President Nana Akufo-Addo for final approval. This decision sidelines debate on the bill, which has dominated Ghana's political discourse since its passing in February from the campaign for December's presidential election. Now, the case has been adjourned indefinitely with no date set for further rulings. The bill, commonly known as the anti-gay bill, has faced widespread international condemnation. Now, China announced yesterday that it is suspending nuclear arms control talks with the United States in protest of Washington's arms sales to Taiwan, which Beijing claims as its territory. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Lin Jian stated that repeated U.S. arms sales to Taiwan in recent months have seriously undermined the political environment for continuing armed control consultations. Lin expressed China's willingness to maintain communication on international arms control, urging the U.S. to respect China's core interests and facilitate dialogue and exchanges. Now, finally, in the heartwarming spirit of Mandela Month, Metro FM is proudly running its winter campaign, spearheaded by the Best Mornings Breakfast Show, to spread warmth and kindness by collecting and distributing blankets to those in need. Listeners are urged to donate blankets at the station's Auckland Park studios in Johannesburg. Running all month long, the campaign aims to gather over 300 blankets for vulnerable communities in Gauteng as well as KwaZulu-Natal. And today, International Mandela Day, the station will visit Soweto Home for the Aged to donate blankets and assist with essential items. Partnering with SABC CSI and Gift of the Givers, Metro FM uses its platform to inspire listeners to make a real difference, addressing social challenges in South Africa. Huge congrats to Sabi and the team. That's such great work. That's where we close up news in this hour. Now heading to sports, here's Graham.
Thank you so much, our friend. Let's start with rugby, and still quite a lot to be excited about on the international inbound front. As Springbok coach Rassie Erasmus has had to do a little trimming. He has cut down his squad from 41 to 25 players for the upcoming test against Portugal. Of course, remember, they were the surprise outfit at the last World Cup. Now the final match of the incoming series, of course, and this decision allows a group of players a 10-day break, a necessary one, before preparations for the Rugby Championship begin again. So released players include Sia Khaleesi, Peter Steph Totoy, Marco van Staden, Kwagga Smith and Jesse Creel, all stalwarts throughout the year for club and country. And Oxenchair and Grant Williams will be stepping in to provide cover for that 23-man squad set to face a very spirited Os Lobos. Now let's turn to football, and Real Madrid's captain Luka Modric has signed a one-year extension to his contract, keeping at the Santiago Bernabeu until the 30th of June next year. So the 38-year-old midfielder, who has won 6 Champions League titles, 4 La Liga championships, 2 Copa del Rey trophies with Real Madrid, so he's got the credentials, remains a key player for Carlo Ancelotti, despite starting only 37 league games in the past 2 seasons. But I think it's his presence in that squad that adds so much value as well. Modric, who recently became the oldest goal scorer in European Championship history as well, he'll help kick off Los Blancos' season and their league title defence against Real Mallorca, and that's on Sunday the 18th of August, so not a long wait for the club footy to start again. Now let's turn back to tennis, and Casper Ruud's Olympic preparations hit a bit of a snag by a round of 16 defeat to Thiago Monteiro at the Borstar yesterday. So Ruud, who's a 2-time French Open runner-up, lost 6-3, 6-3 to the Brazilian, despite having won their 3 previous encounters. However, Ruud remains in contention in the doubles, with Rafa Nadal advancing to the semi-finals with a 6-4, 3-6, 12-10 tie-break victory over France's Theo Arabage and Russia's Romain Safulin. Can you imagine coming up against that pair in a doubles match? And let's throw it forward in tennis, and it seems like this heavy sporting roster even affecting tennis. The Billie Jean King Cup finals in November have now been relocated from Seville to Malaga. So the event will now take place at the Martin Carpena Arena from the 13th to the 20th of November, overlapping with the Davis Cup finals at the same time, at the same venue from the 19th to the 24th of November. So to accommodate both tournaments, an extra court will be constructed to ensure schedules remain unchanged. I want a ticket to that double event, if you don't mind. But that's where we leave our sporting headlines for now. As you can hear, the weather crazy around our studio. Let's see how it's looking in your part of the world.
Thank you so much, Gray, for that one. Well, the South African Weather Service has once again issued a yellow level 2 warning for the disruptive rain over the Cape Winelands, City of Cape Town, parts of the West Coast and Teerswaterskloof municipality of the Western Cape. A yellow level 2 warning has also been issued for damaging winds and waves between Saldanha Bay and Plettenberg Bay from tomorrow into Saturday. Moreover, extremely high fire danger conditions are expected over the central and western parts of the Free State, in places over the northwest, the extreme northern parts of the Northern Cape, in places over Joe Abbey district, as well as Matitile municipality of the Eastern Cape, as well as northern parts of KwaZulu-Natal. Now, this is your first reminder of this morning to share your morning views with us on 0634088863. Many mornings going around, but I feel like your morning might just start off beautifully. For now, though, let's have a look in what you can expect in your world of temperatures for this morning.
So wherever you are, we're going to make sure that today is a beautiful day, or at least a great start, but also an empowered one where you get to embrace the spirit of Mandela Day. So I'm going to start on just the right note. We are going to be introducing you to some incredible organizations that make it a lot easier for us to give back and empower those around us. The Hamba Bamba Funder Foundation are doing something very special with young mothers that just goes beyond giving back for 67 minutes. It's their everyday gig. But speaking of those 67 minutes, we're going to give you some great ideas. In fact, 10 ideas, I think, to get you inspired this morning, just ways that you can truly embrace the spirit of Mandela Day. And they really do make it easy, and we'll find a way that you can tap into your purpose to be able to really, really have an absolute blast. So whatever you need to supercharge your morning, go and get it. Refill that coffee cup. The conversation starts on the other side. Oh.
Only you can make my day.
morning and welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. If you've just woken up, hello, it is Thursday and thank you for spending your morning with us. It's so good to have you here.
Especially on a day like today.
The 18th of July? Are you joking?
It's a special one, and I think there is a reason why we love this day, because we know the organizations, the people that benefit from the sudden upsurge in attention and activity. So we thought we would help to inspire you. And every year on Nelson Mandela's birthday, the world comes together to do exactly that, to celebrate his legacy by engaging in community service, because we do live in service of each other. That's what Mandela Day is about. And it's an opportunity to reflect on and hopefully just try to in some way embody Madiba's enduring values.
Absolutely. And in his wise words, Graham, what counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived, it is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life that we lead. That is some powerful
Tattoo
stuff
that
right
on
there.
my chest.
I'm telling you.
Above my heart. Okay, I get that, man.
If not that, just Ubuntu, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
I think that carries the spirit in particular. And this year, we focus, the focus rather is on empowering communities and addressing both poverty as well as inequality.
And it's about tapping into your purpose in a way that's going to be meaningful for you, that's going to inspire you not to just do 67 minutes, but maybe your first 67 minutes of a lifetime of working in this way. So we're going to throw some meaningful ways that you can honor Nelson Mandela's vision and make a positive impact on Mandela Day to you right now. So give us our first.
Okay, so there are so many that we can get into, but I think participating in a neighborhood street cleanup, right? If you are part of a community and you're looking around going, I'm not really loving what I'm seeing right now, be the change.
Yeah.
And make sure that you return things like dignity and safety to the space that you live in.
Yeah, it really does make a difference. Do something small, brighten someone's day just by spending a little bit of time with them, especially children. I was at the Red Cross War Memorial Children's Hospital yesterday. What a difference just to spend some time with children, with the elderly as well. Massive, massive difference.
Oh, that's beautiful. Also, they're just the vulnerable part of our society, right?
sure.
Well, you could do that, or you could even help paint school walls to create a more
Yes, I love
inspiring
that.
and dignified learning environment. Children want to be excited, you know, when they're learning about mathematics, English, isiXhosa, Zulu, whatever it may be. Give them something to look forward to.
And to feel special in that notion as well. Collect sanitary towels for disadvantaged women and
big one.
girls, or join a local sanitary towel drive. I would recommend go to Game. They've got unbelievable deals
Absolutely.
on sanitary products you can buy for yourself and 2 other women in the process. Do
Yes,
it.
let's end period poverty together, right?
Please.
Well, you could also go ahead and donate food to the homeless to help them improve their situation. It really goes a long way. Pack a sandwich in your car if you're on the go even, or make sure you visit like a soup kitchen, get together and just give back in that way.
And while you're doing that, you can do a clear out. You can look for those used but good conditioned old bedding, clothes, toys especially. I can guarantee you there is an orphanage close to you that will not have those basics that we take for granted. That can be a great first step.
Also, things like planting a community garden with your neighbors. Come on, be neighborly and do something like donate trees to improve local access to both food and also clean air.
Yeah,
That's
man,
simple.
start an allotment. I love it. Then boost campaign awareness. If you're a content creator, do what you do. Go online, engage with other people's posts, start conversations, reuse hashtags, use the internet for what it was meant for, to create viral energy and power.
Yes.
You can do it.
Information sharing, we're here for it. Well, listen, also, you can join the Mandela Day Walk and Run on the 20th of July at Wanderers Stadium to honor Tata Madiba's values. That's a very practical way that you could also give.
Yeah, and he was fit till the end, fit till the end. And then finally, if you've got the resources, and I'm speaking to the private sector, to the corporates, those guys looking to make a mark today and maybe get that bang for your buck in a media sense, donate, donate, donate. Consider donating funds to underfunded social justice organizations that make life-changing impacts, one person at a time. But they've gotten to the point now where they are affecting entire communities. All that's standing in the way is the funding that they need. So please step up and do that if you can. Where's your wallet, yo? Get it out.
Where's your wallet, Zanele? We want to know. What's going down in Jozi?
Baby, my wallet is literally here and it is open, especially for the likes of the organizations that you guys mentioned. But you also really sparked something, guys, when you said it is all about making a difference. That is what Tata Madiba told us. And I think it's so apt to remember his words on this special day. And I say my wallet is open because there are organizations like the one that is run by the beautiful lady who's sitting with us today, Hamba Bamba Funda. We're sitting with the founding director of it. Her name is, of course, none other than Monya Bwenzayir. And one of my favorite things about this queen is the fact that she wants to support mothers on this beautiful day. And I'm talking about the fact that this year, Hamba Bamba Funda has said that nutrition nurtures is their theme. And that is why they are looking for 67 mothers and 67 babies in need that they can possibly make a difference in the lives of. Everybody, please may we welcome Monya Bwenzayir. Monya, how are you?
Good, Sanbonani.
Yes!
Goeiemorgen. Good morning.
I
Sanne.
love that. We are a rainbow nation, like Tata Madiba said, and you are doing exactly what he had a dream for South Africa for, you know, making a difference in each other's lives. So thank you so much for that, Monya.
Thank you. Thank you. It's wonderful to be here.
Yes. Speak to us about Hamba Bamba Funda. You know, where did it come from and what is it all about?
Hamba Bamba Funda, also known as HBF, means Move, Touch, Learn.
Yeah.
It was founded in 2018 and registered as a Section 18A non-profit organization in 2019. And then after a year and a half of waiting, we were registered as an EDDP CETA skills development provider in 2021.
Oh, wow.
And our work is about advocating the holistic development of babies from conception until the age of 2.
Oh,
And there's a Dr. Niels Bergman recently actually did a study on the first 1,000 minutes. That is the most critical part of a child's life.
yeah.
So we are focusing in under-resourced communities, specifically in Soweto, where we go into informal settlements and we teach mothers how to stimulate and engage with their babies. So we do caregiver intervention, we do child intervention, and then also ECD practitioner intervention where we visit creches and we see what do they need and how can we assist.
I love that.
It is, if we want children to thrive, we need to start paying attention to the first 1.5 to 2 years of their life.
Yes, and Tata Madiba did say the children are the future. And thank you so much for doing that, Monya, because unfortunately, you know, especially in underprivileged backgrounds and underprivileged areas, it really is difficult to be able to look after a baby to the, you know, level that they need to be looked after.
And also last year, Madiba, I did a quote for our Madiba Day where he said, education is the greatest weapon to change the world.
100%.
So that's exactly what we are doing.
Oh, man. And of course, last year was actually your very first event for Madiba Day.
Yes.
Speak to us about how it's different this year.
So last year we had a theme of early stimulation and I invited some of my colleagues abroad to live stream and we did sessions for the mothers on how to engage and stimulate their babies, which was a great success. And we also handed out the jars of hope.
Yes.
And this is where we decided on the theme this year. So Dr. Hima Kisa, she was there last year as part of the Food Evolution and Research Laboratory who donated the jars of hope. And this year, so she was so impressed by the event that she approached us early this year to say, would we be interested in collaborating in a research project? So she mentioned 2 honors students to do a research study on education of nutrition for mothers.
Wow.
So this research study will happen with the mothers that we are currently working with in Ezembuzini informal settlement. And then she said, why don't we do a theme this year of nutrition nurtures?
And that's what I was actually going to ask you about. What is it all about?
Yes. So this year we're educating the mothers on the importance of how important it is to eat correctly for yourself and for your baby.
Oh, wow.
So these mothers, you know, they don't get a lot of attention. So today the university is coming in with 2 of their students. They designed a special leaflet on eating habits for mothers.
That's incredible.
So the students will present the leaflet.
Yes.
And then Dr. Hamba Bamba will talk to the mothers about the nutritional value of what's in this jar of hope. So I'm not sure if you know what the jar of hope is.
Yeah, I think I do, yes.
So we will present the nutritional value of the jars of hope. We're going to have Pieter van der Westhuizen from the Flower Foundation who will be doing a cooking demonstration. So we will show the mothers how to cook the jar of hope. There will be a tasting. And I wrote a special song for the mothers.
Ooh, Monya!
Around engaging the face, so facial stimulation. So I will be doing a practical session with the mothers and giving them some tips on when is it the appropriate age for babies to start eating solid foods, giving some tips for the mothers on breastfeeding. So it's going to be just a beautiful event.
I love that. Please, can you just tell us, obviously it's happening today. What do we need to know about it as we wrap up?
Well, I think today it's just, to support in the name of Mandela.
Yes.
We are celebrating his birthday, and I think, he said it takes all of our hands to make the world a better place.
And speaking of which, how can people, get involved?
So right now they can just support us on social media.
Love that.
This is not a session that's open for public today,
Okay.
but people can donate clothes, anything that we could then contribute to the mothers afterwards, so they can reach us on social media pages, our website.
Beautiful.
Just to support the beautiful work that we are doing.
And it is beautiful indeed. Thank you so much for doing it, Monya. And here's to growing bigger and better, not just this year, but next year and onward. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
It is Hamba Bamba Funda, one of the incredible organizations that is truly making a difference today, all in the name of Nelson Mandela Day in 2024. My friend, what are you going to be getting up to? Speaking of which, let's find out from our Cape TZ family what's still coming up right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. What's going on, guys?
Thank you, gorgeous girl. Well, in trying to achieve the same level of sparkle that you've got this morning, we brought in one of the pros. Now, he always looks amazing. And yes, he does have an eye for the finer details. Shiraz Reddy is here to help us with a little bit of a styling tip when it comes to maintaining the beard. And he's rocking quite a beard this season, and we love it. So he's going to bring us a first-hand little playbook on how you can manage the look.
Oh, I love it. I'm also trying to get a beard like Shiraz, man. Also, we're going to be celebrating him in just a bit because it might just be somebody's birthday in the building.
I wonder
so
who
send through
it
those messages
is.
if you can. Not only that, we're also going to be celebrating another great out in Johannesburg. His name is Goth Brown, and he just released a new single. It is called No Evil. And honestly, his transformation as an artist, as a creative, has been incredible to watch. So you're going to want to find out the story of the man behind the music. We're taking a quick break, and we'll be back after this.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. As we turn the camera around and turn the lens to ourselves and the facial hair, it's not just a feature. I think gents understand this. It's a canvas for self-expression and style, an extension of how you see yourself and you want the world to see you. So whether you prefer a clean-shaven look or a carefully crafted beard, we don't care, but you've got to do it properly. And today, Shiraz Reddy, who always looks on point, is sharing some tips to enhance your ultimate look through the art of shaving. And he is doing this on a very special day. I understand it, because a beard doesn't get full like that unless you've earned it, all right?
Yes.
So on this very special day, we've got to say happy birthday!
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Congrats, my friend. Thank
What
you
a
for
great
being
way
here.
to celebrate it. Yeah.
100%. Well, we are celebrating you, because that, for
you.
me, when we go into these kind of grooming spaces for ourselves, it always means something.
Absolutely.
If I've got a big show coming up, a big week, something that is important to me, I'll often spend a bit of time just on me. Just
Exactly.
work on that look.
Investing in yourself and just like, taking that moment for yourself. I'm all about that. And that's really why grooming my beard and taking care of my facial hair is such an important moment for me by myself in my bathroom or even at my barber.
No, 100%. And I've got very close relationships with the barbers that I use
Absolutely.
because of that, man. I absolutely love
Yeah.
it. All right, so you're going to give us some tips on how we can express ourselves, because often the gents don't take the time.
No, they don't.
We can't be bothered.
Yeah.
All right, which is...
And we rush through it, and you really shouldn't, yeah.
Okay, so break it down for us. Give us a
So
couple of
firstly,
tips.
my number one tip is always, guys, try different styles. I'm all about trying a different style. My beard wasn't always this thick or this full, rather. This is a lockdown beard, by the way. I've been maintaining it since 2020 because we couldn't go to barbers. We had to do everything at home, and thank you to our friends at Bic that helped us ensure that we can do that at home. And that's my first tip. Try different styles. I know you like a lighter shade. You like to go lighter around the, around the lip area. Because obviously also, if you're not someone that has a full beard, like what you and I have, different styles will help you define your jawline. It'll help you find your comfort with your facial hair. Because not every guy's comfortable with it either, you know what I mean?
And especially at my age, where kind of the white that is starting to come
Even
through.
me, I'm
it's-
embracing it. Even on my birthday, I'm like, it's fine. We don't need to, cover that up. Let's embrace the grey.
Completely, man, it is. And it's so funny. I think I became even more immature when I embraced the grey, because then you're
you have
the
to.
authentic version of yourself. I love that. Push the boat out, gents. Have a little bit of
Exactly.
fun. Okay, tip number 2.
Technique. I'm all about a good technique and ensuring that you're cutting against the grain and where they and how the hair grows, rather. My hair grows down. I can see yours kind of grows a bit to the side. You need to cut to that. Also, it will help with avoiding ingrown hairs.
For sure.
And getting those shaving bumps, which are really irritating and be quite painful. But I would always say just shave against the grain and the way the hair is growing. But also, go lighter instead of going deeper. So never start at the bottom and work up. So start lightly and then work your way down. And also go according to the shape of the face.
For sure.
And that's really how you're going to find your technique, because if you are doing it at home, and which we'd love for you to do, try it at home first and try lightly with a patch at the back and then work your way to the front. So that's, for me, technique is super, super important.
And also the hair grows differently in different
Absolutely,
spaces. So
yeah.
take the time. I did that before a big show. I had literally 5 minutes to clean up my beard, and I just went crazy, and I got such a hectic reaction in terms of
You've got to
ingrown
go
hairs.
against the grain and the
For
way the hair
sure.
grows. That's, for me, super important, yeah.
I would imagine for you, the finer details, because it's kind of your
Always.
job, okay? They really
here
do
for it,
make a
yeah.
big difference.
Detailing is super important. I like my edges lined up and ensuring that it gives them almost like a box shape. In winter, I keep it a little bit more natural just to be a little bit warmer, but the details are super important. And like I mentioned earlier on, working downwards is best. And obviously, and then you can come back and do the detailing and trim
sure.
up. Ensuring, I like the way you've done it. And it's always, because we've got sideburns that go into our beard, it's important to ensure that you give that a bit of a fade and shade it in.
Yeah, a bit of an ombre,
Again, yes, but also, again, it gives the beard at the bottom shape, whether it be fuller or lighter.
Okay, I get that. So you can create a bit more weight on the chin or less.
By going lighter on the side and working your way down.
You can reshape your face.
Look at that!
You can
Look at
actually...
us giving ourselves a whole new makeover here, just one shave at a time.
What I laugh, I'm just laughing to myself because I'm studying your face and your beard right now while I'm watching you and listening to your wise words. And I would imagine throughout this morning there are going to be people in meetings just staring at each
Looking
other.
and being like, I need to do this in the traffic. But yeah.
I think a big part of your charisma is how you wear your
Yes,
charisma.
absolutely.
When you step out with confidence. And I know it's kind of your gig.
Yeah,
But when we look at you, you embody so much of what you are trying to propagate as well. So what's our final tip?
My big thing is always own it. You know, walk out there and say that this is what I did, this is my beard, or this is how I've decided to shave and trim it. And also confidence is key.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In anything in life, you've got to own it. You know what I mean? Fake it till you make it. But at the same time, you've put the time and effort into it. You've been maintaining it and growing it. So own it and put your best foot forward, and always ensure that a quick shave will change your morning. Even this morning, I trimmed up my beard before I came here, just because I wanted to like feel fresh and look my best.
And you knew everyone was going to be staring at your face for 8 minutes.
That too, yeah.
No, we absolutely love you. And the fact
Thank
that you
you so
embody
much.
so much of what you're trying to propagate in others
you.
around you is a beautiful thing. You help a lot of us improve
Thanks.
ourselves just a little bit. But the bottom line is you really can transform your facial hair into a stylish statement that reflects who you are. It's an extension of yourself, as I said. So remember to become the master of your life with an easy self-care routine with Bic Flex 5. And with its pivoting head and ergonomic handle, it really does feel good in the hand, gives you more control, and it's an all-in-one shave. It's also got the edging blade, which is great for those finer details. Plus, okay, we're going to throw it into the mix. You stand the chance of winning a Bic Flex hamper to the value of 1,000 Rand. How do you get your hands on that? Well, reply to the competition post on the Expresso socials and tell us this: what is your chosen facial hair look? And don't forget to hashtag it with Choose Your Mastery. Competition closes midnight on Sunday, the 21st of July, but you can find the T's and C's on expressoshow.com. And if you've been rocking a beard like this since lockdown, I want to see if you've achieved this level of fullness. Buddy, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely love it. And once again, happy birthday, you
Thank you.
beaut.
For sure, those happy birthdays are going to continue throughout the next 3 hours. But for now, though, get set for a Disky showdown. Take your shot at playing Sports Stake 8 fixture list 753 for an estimated jackpot of over 1 million Rand this Thursday. Now, are you ready to score big? Well, play Sports Stake 8 now in store on nationallottery.co.za and on the mobile app, and stand a chance to hashtag BeInja Yeah Game. Now, we're going to make sure that we continue along the lines of feeling like a winner, because of course Goth Brown joins us, and he's going to be showing us more to do with his single. It's called No Evil, and that's the energy we want to carry with us throughout the rest of 2024. Not only that, throughout the season of winter, yes, it is very cold, we want to show you how to complete your look with some chinos. Now today I'm rocking these, and we're going to find out how else you can look great in your pair, so don't go anywhere.
Drained? Dehydrated? You have lost more than just fluid. Recover faster. Add Rehydrate, SA's #1 oral electrolyte mixture.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
You're still on your Feel Good Breakfast show right here on S3, and my lovely, it is so good to be with you. And this morning, we did promise you that you would be getting to know somebody who is giving us his debut single. I'm talking about Goth Brown, and one of the most beautiful things about this is the fact that Goth himself is here to tell us a story about genuinely being given a second chance in life. But this guy, he's not new to the music industry, no, my friend. He has been in it for over a decade, doing the marketing side of life, spearheading campaigns that were all about marketing some of the biggest international and local artists in the world. And now he's one of them. And I say that because we are about to get his brand new song, debut single, like I said. It is called No Evil, dropping tomorrow. However, we have the exclusive right here on Expresso. Everybody, please welcome Goth Brown. Goth, how are you?
I'm well. How are you? Good morning.
Amazing. You know, this is new for us. You're normally on the other side.
I'm normally on the other side
Yes.
watching talent on the couch.
Yes, and now you are the talent. Goth, I'm so proud of you. But the thing is, you know, you're actually someone who's not new to music in general in terms of singing, because you've been singing from a young age. So speak to us about some of the songs that you've been featured on, because I think a lot of us want to know. Speak to us.
Okay, I think 2012 was the first time I ever did a feature, and it was on a house song. And I sang Inhliziyo Yami, and people are like, okay, cool. But when I sing the hook, people go, oh, is that you?
I sing it so that we can hear.
So the hook of the song goes, hee.
That was you.
Oh, oh. So that was the first time I ever dropped a song, but I always shied away from like camera or the front of it, you know, but God has different plans. You can run, and then he puts you in a well and he says, it's time.
It's time.
You
It has
know?
come.
So I'm like, okay, here we are.
Oh, man. God, I'm so happy for you, and I love it so much. And with you actually saying that, I need to ask, before, why wasn't it time? Why did you feel like you needed to be on the business side of music and instead be on the other side?
A few things. I think I just, you know, I was really shy, and I just didn't want that kind of attention. I also wasn't sure about what sound I would release or produce as a solo artist. That's my sound.
Okay.
And I think now I've found that, but most importantly, it's not even about me. I know what my purpose is in music. I've always said I want to move with intention. And so now I know what's the messaging that I want to share, you know, with my music and what the sound needs to sound like. And so that's why it feels like the right time now.
That's incredible. And please, can I tell you, you're always someone who has moved with intention. So I think that that's so beautiful. You know, the fact that like this was your passion, but you were still like, you know what, this is where I am right now, and I'm giving my all to it. And speaking of which, this is why you've been part of marketing some of the biggest acts in the world. I want you to name drop on us, please, Goth. Who are these people that you have worked with, and what did you learn from them?
I mean, Ed Sheeran,
Oh,
Cardi B, Bruno Mars,
okay.
Lizzo,
Ooh.
the Barbie movie soundtrack,
Ooh. Hot.
Dua Lipa,
Yeah.
Bibi Rexha,
How?
Funny.
I was going to say,
There's a lot.
should you continue? You've already said the biggest stars in the world. And actually, I think you were the reason that I got to interview Lizzo, now that I think about it. Yes. I love him. But that is incredible. But what would you say you learned from them, just, you know, in going on that journey with them?
Different things from different people, I think, but the most important is, what is your why? Like, why are you doing it? And I think that's the thing that is going to sustain you in the industry, is like, when you know why you're doing it, that will be the reason that you'll keep on doing it.
Yes, I love that. And obviously, you're someone who has a very strong why, because in 2021, you had a near-death experience, and it sort of made you answer the calling that you have.
It started in 2021, but
Yeah.
it like just spiraled over until like this year. So I had so many health challenges. You know, first it was, you know, COVID. I was there with the ventilators, ICU, and then 2022 I went for an op and, you know, got home to my place and almost bled to death, couldn't call for help, passed out, woke up in ICU. And then a few months after that, I was paralyzed, bottom down. And these things are things I never posted about. Only really close people knew. And, you know, even this year, like, it was every year there was something different. But the thing about 2021, why it was so significant, is because I was sitting there and I was bargaining with God. And I said, God, if you keep me, I'm going to answer. I know what you want me to do, but I'm scared and I'm shy, and this year it was like, yeah, because it's not about you guys, it's about the purpose and the calling and the lives that you're meant to touch through the gift.
Oh.
And yeah, so this year I was just like, okay, I get it. I am ready now.
Goth, I'm so sorry you went through all of that, but thank you for allowing it to propel you into your purpose and allow you to walk in your destiny. So I think that it's something that will inspire so many people, and you keeping on telling the story. And of course, it's given us no evil now. So very quickly, before we jump on to you getting ready to blow us away, No Evil, what is it about?
Okay, so 2020, during the lockdown, I was in studio recording with someone, and Chicago, who produced No Evil, and we were wrapping up because we were trying to make curfew, and he started playing these chords, ding, ding, and I said, I want to freestyle on that, and whipped out the camera, and I just started singing, when I call on your name, and the song just went. It literally, there's a video of me just freestyling the entire song. So fast forward to 2021, when I get COVID, so I'm lying there, and the only song, and this year and the year before that, every time I was in hospital, I was just singing, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. That song was just in my spirit the whole time and literally carried me through every incident. And I was like, if this is what it has done for me, I would love to share the song, and hopefully they have the same, experience and account of hope.
Oh, my goodness. God, well, it's doing exactly that already, just with you telling the story, and now it's time for the song, baby. At Expresso family, I did tell you we are getting an exclusive because No Evil is dropping only tomorrow. Goth Brown is going to be giving it to us in a bit. But for now, we got Carissa up in Cape Teasy. Hi, my gorgeous Carissa.
Hello, beautiful Zanele, looking pink and gorgeous today. Well, listen, we've got to talk about fashion because I, too, look a little bit cute today. And we definitely want to add a cool, cozy touch to your wintry fit this season with Woolies chinos, made from responsibly sourced cotton and added stretch for that ultimate comfort, because that's the combination we need, right? And stylist and creative director Taryn Oppel is here to take us through the long-lasting and stylish benefits of the only chinos to choose. Honestly, the only chinos that matter, Taryn.
Honestly, I mean, we're both wearing them this morning.
Come
the
on
wide
now.
leg version. It is comfortable, right?
It's comfortable.
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Yeah, it's got some stretch to it, but still the structure remains.
Yes.
And I think that speaks to the difference that matters, right? And that's what Woolies is known for. So when
about.
it comes to the chinos, talk to me about those details.
So you've already mentioned too about the responsibly sourced cotton. So that makes them really soft and easy to wear. And then the added stretch that we've just spoken about now is just ups that level of comfort. But there are some really cool fun facts. Is that it's made using color fast technology.
Okay.
So you'll be happy to know that your favorite color chino will stay that shade and retain its brightness, like wash after wash. And also the chinos at Woolies are pre-washed, so that final garment that you pick off the rack, off the shelf, and you've tried on and it fits like a glove is going to stay that size and retain that shape wear after wear, which is really cool. And obviously because it's Woolies and they're always ticking those quality boxes, you've mentioned as well that the side seams are reinforced, which simply means that it's just stitched over a few times, so it would pass that durability test, so you can live in your chinos freely, season after season.
Oh, I love that. We want to live in our clothes. We want to make sure we look good in our clothes.
And that they
and
last.
That the fit. The color especially when it comes to the black, right?
I know if you're buying a black chino,
you want
or
it to
any
remain
pants,
that.
yeah, exactly. You don't want it to fade, so it won't.
I
and
love
it's
that.
shrink-proof, which is also a really good thing.
Because you're going to be like, did I have another plate of food and then did it? Okay, well, listen, we've got two different looks going here. I've got a bit of like a chic number.
Yes, I
You've
love
got
it.
something that's kind of like, it could be office casual, but also a brunch date in the morning.
Yeah, a little bit of a smart cash vibe going on, and that's exactly what we want to show you on our models today.
Beautiful.
Many ways you can wear them. We want to sort of dress it up and then dress it right down and just show you the variety that
Let's
these
talk
chinos
about this
offer.
versatility. Bring in the models.
Cool. So we've got Keegan and Chief. So Keegan is wearing the regular chino, so it's a lot more relaxed.
Yes.
So he's a bit casual with his chunky knit and his jacket and sneakers, and I love a little bit of a roll up.
Oh,
and a
I'm here
hint
for
of a
it.
sock. It just really tones things down and makes it feel really cool and casual.
But risky with the ankle showing,
I know, but it's a vibe, it's a vibe. Yeah. And then Chief he's going a bit smart casual, so he's got his button up shirt with a knit pulled over, and then his long line puffer. So it's a little bit of a smart, a little bit of casual with his lace up boots. So he could easily be, in this crazy weather.
Oh my goodness.
Getting to work in his puffer and then throwing it off, and then he's ready for the office.
Still looking good. Okay, Chief, we see you. Absolutely love that. And I love that the chinos are unisex. They go across both men and women, and they have different fits too. Could the men do a wide leg? I feel like I could see a man in a wide leg.
I think the widest that the men would get is the regular, which is quite roomy and sort of forgiving and sort of relaxed. And then you get your slim fit.
Lovely.
You get your skinny fit as well. So, yeah, there are quite a few fits, and it's very important to try them on and figure out which one works for you.
Absolutely, and your style. Thank you, gents. I absolutely love
they
this.
Look great.
The colors too. I mean, look at that navy blue. Absolutely good. I wonder what the women would have.
I mean, let's have a look.
Options.
So we've got Megan. She's also wearing the wide leg, just like us.
Love it.
In black with a heeled boot and a coat. So she's also that sort of corporate chic vibe going on. And then Letabo is wearing the regular fit, also rolled up like Keegan, but in sort of a more tapered form in the female cut. And then she's just paired hers with a button-down shirt and a little cardigan or knit over the shoulders. So it just shows how you can take it from casual to chic in seconds.
Literally day to night. I mean, come on, you throw on a pair of heels on this one and you could go out for a beautiful dinner, right?
Totally.
Oh, I love it. Also, like I said, the colors. I think that this is not something that's trendy, quote unquote,
100%.
but it's going to last season upon season upon season.
And what's amazing is that Woolworths actually stocks these chinos all year round. So these colors we've seen today are always on colors. You'll always find them in the store. So there's no excuse. And then obviously when it comes to the different seasons, that's all they'll add, like a really cool forest green for autumn or winter, and then go to like a fuchsia for summer. So there's lots of options, but all the sort of natural, neutral colors stay all year round.
Yeah, I love that. I know many people are interested. Thank you guys so much for being here. Many people are interested in office wear.
Yes.
And I think that that is what we need to see, the standing the test of time, rather, where you're wearing a pair of chinos every day, every other day. You want it to still look good, look fashionable, look stylish, but also, of course, be durable, like you mentioned earlier.
100%. And I think that's what makes these chinos so special, is that are those differences where you know that over time they're not going to change in any way. So I think it's really cool.
Yes, I'm here for it too, Taryn. Thank you as always. Every time she comes, I'm like, okay, I got to step it up now when it comes to my fashion, because she looks absolutely stunning.
So do you.
Oh, thank
Come
you.
on.
We tried for you. I told you, we tried for you on a Thursday, okay? Fashion Thursdays is where it is at on your Feel Good Morning show. And we're talking about versatile, right? We're talking about durable and also exuding in quality. Of course, we can never lose that. Now, shop the Oni Chino for you at Woolworths. Plus, the Winter Favorites promotions is still on. Now, get 30% off of all these things. Listen to me right now. Knitwear, jackets, coats, sleepwear, fleece and boots, alongside some homeware like blankets and throws. Now, this is going to be happening until the 21st of July, and it happens in store. Not only that, but also online and on the app. So get to shopping. Of course, T's and C's apply, but I can't wait to see you looking gorgeous in the Oni Chinos that matter.
So while you contemplate how you're going to keep yourself warm from the outside, we'll warm you up from the inside. And we're going to do it with a supercharged performance from young Goth Brown. He's going to introduce his new single, No Evil, to us in just a moment. And then to honor Madiba, even in the kitchen today, being Mandela Day, we are going to whip up one of his favorite recipes, something that is the ultimate comfort food, especially when the weather is like this. Creamy sump and beans. And we're going to do it in a very special way. So stick around.
Only you can make my day.
Are
you a handy hero at home looking for your next project? This is your chance to get started by entering to win 10,000 Rand in cash each week from Plascon South Africa. Buy any Plascon product and post a pic of yourself with your product on social media with hashtag PlasconSA. Make sure you follow Plascon SA on Facebook and Instagram. Competition closes midday Friday, 9th August, so enter now. T's and C's on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we approach the top of the hour and those news and sporting headlines. But some big news right now. If you're a footy lover today, you can win big. If Diski is your game, then put your money where your mouth is. So if you get ready to enter into the Diski Showdown today and you take your shot playing Sports Stake 8, fixture list 753. And we love this one. Why? There is a jackpot of over 1 million Rand ready to be taken home today. Now that's how you enjoy your footy. So get ready to score big. Make sure that you play your Sports Stake 8 now, and you can do it in store, or you can head to nationallottery.co.za, or you can use the mobile app. The bottom line is, if you want the opportunity to be in your game, you gotta play. Go and get those bragging rights, and all the best of luck. Well, hopefully some sporting headlines will inspire you for those footy results in just a moment. We'll get into that after our news headlines.
Thank you so much, Grace. Seconds before we hit top of the hour, and this is your national news headlines for now. Where the Gauteng Department of Education yesterday said its online registration system for grade 1 and grade 8 pupils had thus far captured more than 500,000 applications. The online portal opened last week Thursday, and the closing date is 12 August. Spokesperson Steve Mobona said parents who struggle with online registrations need to visit the department's district offices. He said it was crucial to note that incomplete applications would not be processed for placement. He added that parents could expect placement offers from the 16th of September. National Assembly Speaker Thoko Didiza has encouraged South Africans to watch the opening of the Parliament address to hear how their vote will work for them in the coming 5 years of the 7th administration. Didiza was speaking on the sidelines of the pre-walk at the parliamentary precinct at the Cape Town City Hall, the site where President Cyril Ramaphosa will deliver his much-anticipated address tonight. Now, the address is scheduled for 7 p.m. Moving on to your international news, Germany plans to halve its military aid to Ukraine next year, despite concerns that U.S. support for Kiev could potentially diminish if Republican candidate Donald Trump returns to the White House. Germany hopes Ukraine will be able to meet the bulk of the military needs with the $50 billion in loans from the proceeds of frozen Russian assets approved by the Group of Seven. Alarm bells rang across Europe this week as Trump elected Senator J.D. Vance, who opposes military aid for Ukraine, as his vice presidential candidate. Ghana's Supreme Court deferred its ruling yesterday on a request to halt Parliament from sending a highly contested anti-LGBTQ bill to President Nana Akufo-Addo for final approval. This decision sidelines debate on the bill, which has dominated Ghana's political discourse since its passage in February from the campaign for December's presidential election. Now, the case has been adjourned indefinitely, with no date set for further rulings. The bill, commonly known as the anti-gay bill, has faced widespread international condemnation. And for this hour, we end off with this one. In the heartwarming spirit of Mandela Month, Metro FM is proudly running its winter campaign, spearheaded by the Best Morning Show, to spread warmth and kindness by collecting and distributing blankets to those in need. Now, listeners are urged to donate blankets at the station's Auckland Park studios in Johannesburg. Running all month long, the campaign aims to gather over 300 blankets for vulnerable communities in Gauteng, as well as in KwaZulu-Natal. Today, International Mandela Day, the station will visit Soweto Home for the Aged to donate blankets and assist with essential items. Partnering with SABC CSI and Gift of the Givers, Metro FM uses its platform to inspire listeners to make a real difference, addressing social challenges in South Africa. We definitely need to be seeing more of that, so huge congrats to the Metro FM team. For now, let's see how the teams are doing in sports. Here's Graham.
He's in our head yet again. Yes, let's start with the Springbok coach, Ratzi Erasmus. He's now trimmed down his squad from 41 players to 25, who will get to put their hand up in the upcoming test against Portugal. It should be a spicy one, the final match of the incoming series. So the decision allows a group of players, very overworked players, a 10-day break before preparations begin yet again for their next rugby championship campaign. So released players include Sia Khaleesi, Peter Steph du Toit, Marco van Staden, Kwagga Smith and Jesse Creel, stalwarts over the last couple of months for club and country. Then Oxen Chair and the very exciting Grant Williams will provide cover for that 23-man squad set to face Os Lobos. And it's, like I said, going to be quite a fiery one if we remember the World Cup. Now let's turn to football. And Real Madrid's captain, Luka Modric, has now signed a one-year extension, keeping him at the Santiago Bernabeu until the 30th of June next year. The 38-year-old midfielder has quite a CV. He's won six Champions League titles. Come on. 4 La Liga championships, 2 Copa del Rey trophies, all with this incredible club, Real Madrid. And he certainly remains a key player for Carlo Ancelotti. Despite starting only 37 league games in the past 2 seasons, they clearly need him as much off the field in that camp. Modric, who recently became the oldest goal scorer in European Championship history, is going to help Los Blancos kick off their league title defence up against Real Mallorca. And that's on Sunday, the 18th of August. So not a long wait for the club season to begin again. Now let's turn to tennis. And of course, a lot of excitement ahead of the Olympics, but it seems for Casper Ruud, his Olympic preparation, they've received a bit of a setback by a round of 16 defeat at the hands of Thiago Monteiro at the Borstar yesterday. So Ruud, a 2-time French Open runner-up, lost 6-3, 6-3, despite the Brazilian having beaten the Brazilian in their 3 previous encounters. But he had his number this time round. Ruud remains still in contention in the doubles, though, and he's got quite a partner in the form of Rafa Nadal, and they advanced to the semi-finals with a 6-4, 3-6. That was a 12-10 tie-break score in that final set. Victory over France's Theo Albaraja and Russia's Romain Safulin. And then staying with tennis news, trying to address the very busy roster this year, the Billie Jean King Cup finals in November have now been relocated from Seville to Malaga. And the event will now take place at the Martin Carpena Arena from the 13th to the 20th of November. And that, of course, overlaps with the Davis Cup finals at the same venue, happening from the 19th to the 20th 24th. So to accommodate both tournaments, an extra court is actually going to be constructed to ensure schedules remain unchanged. I would suggest just get a ticket for both and enjoy some of the best tennis around. But that's where we leave our sport for now. With the weather impacting all over the country, let's see how that's affecting the roads.
Thank you so much, Graham, for that. Let's dive into your roads right now. And we start off in Midrand in Gauteng, where there's been a multi-vehicle accident involving a truck on the N1 northbound after Olifantsfontein Road. Now, 3 lanes are closed, causing some heavy delays. Allow for added travel time and plan your route accordingly. We remain in Gauteng and head out to Pretoria, where there are roadworks taking place in the south of the N1 towards Regal Avenue. Please exercise caution while driving. Well, that's where we wrap up your roads. Let's have a look at what's happening in your weather. The South African Weather Service has once again issued a yellow level 2 warning for disruptive rain over the Cape Winelands, City of Cape Town, parts of the West Coast and Teerswaterskloof municipality of the Western Cape. A yellow level 2 warning has also been issued for damaging wind and waves between Saldanha Bay and Plettenberg Bay from tomorrow into Saturday. Moreover, extremely high fire danger conditions are expected over the central and western parts of the Free State, in places over the northwest, the extreme northern parts of the Northern Cape, in places over Jo'qabi district, as well as the Matitile municipality of the Eastern Cape and northern parts of KwaZulu-Natal. Now, our sunrise view of the hour is something to definitely bow down to from Umhlanga in KZN. This one was sent from Arusha. And look at that gorgeous, gorgeous morning. I think for the second week in a row, in my opinion, KZN has once again stolen the cup when it comes to the best sunrises across Mzansi. Now, if you would like to definitely add yours in for the bidding, remember to share your morning views with us on 0634088863. But thank you, Arusha, and we wish you a beautiful morning further. For now, though, let's look at your temperatures that you can expect for today.
Oh, my word. It is such a beautiful morning here on S3. And my friend, it is only about to get better, because did you hear those vocals that Goth Brown was giving us? My love, it's about to be the real deal, okay? I need you to just enjoy, because it is the debut single of Goth Brown right here on Expresso. And like we said, it is an exclusive. Everybody give it up for No Evil by Goth.
This is a song that really saved my life, inspired by Psalms 23. When I call on your name, you're sure to hear me when I pray. You are the one who restores my soul. Took my brokenness like clay and and you piece me back together again. So Lord, I am here to say, in the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. 'Cause you are the one, you're my comfort and my help, and I am here to say, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. 'Cause you are the one, you're my comfort and my help, and I am here to say, when I'm down and out, you pick me up. When my heart feels heavy, you'll carry my load. In my darkest nights, in my loneliness, your word remains my guide. When I'm down and out, you pick me up. When my heart feels heavy, you'll carry my load. In my darkest nights, in my loneliness, your word remains my guide. Hey, I will fear no evil, 'cause you are my comfort and my help, and through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. You're my comfort, you're my help, yeah. Oh, I will fear no evil, yeah. You're my comfort, you're my help, and I am here to say, I know that you're watching over me, yeah. You're my comfort, you're my help. Behind me, besides me, around me, in front of me. Behind me, besides me, around me, in front of me. Oh, I know that you are always by my side. You are always by my side.
Oh, come on, everybody! Did you hear that excellence? And it's only his debut single, No Evil by Goth Brown, out tomorrow, my angel, on all social media, not social media, all streaming platforms. That is the one. However, Expresso family, you know we still got a whole lot more to do right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. So you got to stick around because we are celebrating Mandela Day, in the best way. And that is, of course, getting into how Absa is giving back for Mandela Month. And we get to hear all about Tata Madiba's favorite recipe, creamy samp and beans. It's all happening right here on S3. Trust me, you want to stick around, okay? Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and I am so happy, not only because I'm in the kitchen again, but because Shiraz joins me in the kitchen, and we are going to make a delicious meal in just a bit as we commemorate Mandela Day. And there's no better way to celebrate than by embracing a South African staple and one of Tata Mandela's favorite recipes. In fact, it's samp and beans. Now, this hearty, comforting dish is a true taste of the South African heritage, and today we're taking it a step further and elevating the simple dish to make it even heartier and even creamier. Birthday boy, you like some samp and beans?
I do. It's very nostalgic. It's one of my favorite winter meals. My mum makes it in a curry version.
Oh, I love that.
But I'm also here for the fact that we're frying. I love that.
There's a lot going on. Samp in boinkies. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Is that kind of
samp
how?
And boinkies?
Samp and boinkies.
I think someone can let us know.
Well, listen, that's where my Afrikaans starts for today. We're going to move on to what I can do. It's the stir, you know? Okay, so this samp has been parboiled. You basically have to cover it, boil it for about 2 hours because it does take a while to get there. Nowadays, they do sell samp in a can.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
But if you want to, you know, go the old school method, this is where we're going. So we throw it in here.
This.
We're going to go in to make it super creamy, right? Full cream, fresh milk. We're holding nothing back today.
And there's nothing like a good cup of Kolbe full cream milk.
Oh my gosh, I'm telling you.
I'm here for it.
Okay, so we're going to chuck that in.
Cool.
Well, you can support community projects with every single purchase of this clover milk, right? If you look at the picture on there, you can see exactly why Heritage Fresh Milk is what it's all about, as Clover does donate 20 cents for each pack sold. So do make sure that you get involved somehow, and that could be your 67 minutes to pretty much add back. These Heritage bottles are so nice. They're almost like a memorabilia piece. Like, I want to keep one for eternity.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right. And keep it on your shelf somewhere.
You know
like,
what
you have
I'm
a
saying?
moment and be like, I did that.
I did that. Put some flowers out there. Cool. We're here for it. Okay, so while that is going in there, we also want to add some stock, in fact.
Ooh, nice.
This is beef stock, but you could add veggie or chicken stock.
I was going to say, can you like change it up if you want to do like a veg stock?
I think so. I mean, if you...
But
you
also
know,
good beef stock goes a long way. I love that.
And it does add more flavor. Then we're going to add our beans in
I feel like this parsley over here needs a bit of chopping, so I'm going to do that because I just feel like I'm standing here looking pretty on my birthday with you. I mean, you look fabulous. But let me get in.
I didn't want to put the birthday boy to work today, but
no,
if
girl,
you don't mind.
I'm here.
Okay.
I work it around the clock. I'm here. I'm working it around the clock. My chopping skills are not the best, but I'm going to try and gift you my Nara.
You my Nara Smith. Okay.
My Nara Smith era.
Bundle
look
it
at
up.
that.
And then like do a little, you know what I'm saying. Okay, so we're going to season this with some salt and pepper.
Love
to bring out some more flavor, just some coarse cracked black pepper.
Also, there's nothing like chopping up some parsley. I love that
the smell
Yeah,
already.
it's giving garden. And you know, this current very cold winter that we're experiencing, a meal like this is ideal and perfect.
I would say
It reminds me a lot of my mum. She would make it. My granny would make it too. Yeah, and it's nostalgic, sitting on the couch with a blanket, watching your favorite soapy.
Oh, yum.
You know, it's a vibe.
I love that. I think that you should try to make this for your mom and gran now.
Girl!
And be like, let me give back a little bit.
You know, it's my birthday, so people can do that for me, but I will be there to eat it. I'll be there to eat it. I'm okay with that.
I hope you will eat mine too. Let's see how it goes. But I think it's going to be absolutely delicious. The creaminess is already being infused. And listen, we're going to take it a notch up because we're also going to add in some butter.
Ooh,
so it's going to be extra creamy.
I'm here for it.
I'm sure that Tata Madiba would enjoy this. He would ask for seconds.
Let me tell you, he'll be eating it and just like taking a bit of a steal there from the pot. I do that, guys. I don't
Especially
know
with
about
his
people
meat
at home.
involved.
I'm all about that, yeah.
I'm telling you. And I think that that's
also,
how I like
meat with this dish
I was about
would
to
be
say.
perfect. But if you're someone that doesn't eat meat, this variation.
I mean, I guess, but some nyama, some yams alongside some samp and beans. I can't say no to that. So we're adding in some extra creaminess, of course, with the butter, and everything's better with both full cream milk and butter. It's going to be absolutely good. Listen, adding fresh milk to this does enhance the texture of the samp and beans, making it smoother and more indulgent, which is what we're going for today. Taking a South African dish and just making it something that tastes like more. While I destroy the kitchen.
I was about to say. But it's okay. It's all part of the process.
It is.
And finding your feet in the kitchen. I
if
love
cooking
that.
is not chaotic, then I do not want to be part of it.
Yum. I just want to like get in there.
Dive in. Put your swimming cap on and go for it. Okay, so once we dish it up, we can add some parsley, but I'm going to go half-half. We'll keep some for the top, and we'll chuck some in right now.
Love
I think parsley adds a bit of freshness. It also adds some flavor.
And there's a nice like pop of green
Pop
in the
of
meal,
green, add
which
some
is really
colour.
cool. I love it.
Ooh, yum, yum,
Yummy.
yum. And I love that you could make this in like quite a big batch so that you can also eat it for days to come.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also with like really long winter days, but shorter winter days, you know, you're also going to get super cold because the
Yeah.
night comes sooner. So you want to get in, you know, you can have it for lunch and dinner.
I'm telling
So it goes a
you.
longer way. Meal prep in a pot right
Even
there.
breakfast. Imagine an egg on top of that. I could have it. Well, you're going to cook
Yeah.
that away for maybe about, I mean, things have been parboiled, but
Yeah.
cook it as long as everything is infused nicely. Usually it would be 2 hours, but we've kind of cut down the cooking process a bit to end up with that delicious dish. And because it's your birthday, I'm going to make you taste just a little bit.
I'm here for it.
because You
I'm
love
getting
some
in. I'm
sampan
gonna, and a
beans.
gold spoon. Y'all love me over here. Look at that.
A bit of razzle
Yes.
dazzle for our shirazzle.
I'm going to get in and try it.
Yeah, try a little bit.
I'm going to get a bit of the parsley into it as well.
That's the prettiest bite I've ever seen. Yeah?
It's the one, it's creamy, it's tasty, that bit of parsley. Can I just say, with the milk,
Yeah.
it's just that added pizzazz that you need for this dish on a cold day like today. Thank you
I'm
for having
telling
me.
you. No, thank you for being
Get
here.
in on this, guys. It's so good.
Delicious.
I'm gonna have a little bit more.
ExpressoShow.com is where, of course, you're going to find this incredible recipe. And I'm sure that Tata Madiba is going to be so proud of me for the contribution that I've made on the 18th of July. Happy Mandela Day.
Yes. Love it. It's actually really good.
All right, so let's inspire you with purpose now that the bellies are full. You can take a quick nap, but then you get back to your purpose-driven work. And certainly, Absa is helping us do that. They're embarking on a month of giving, undertaking or participating in a number of amazing initiatives to support community welfare and empowerment. We're talking about the baseline of human existence and inspired by their ethos, which lives in every element of what they do. Your story matters. Well, one story really does matter, and that is, of course, of Tata Madiba. And it is birthday. We celebrate by trying to emulate in some way his ethos, and they're participating with the Mandela Legacy Ride for Hope. And here to tell us more is the Managing Executive of Corporate Citizenship at Absa, Dr. Stephen Zwane. Doc, first of all, thanks for braving the elements just to get you this morning. We really appreciate it. But it speaks to the level of commitment that from bottom to top your organization has to supporting and empowering your market. I love it, and I've seen this come to bear in a number of different ways. So clearly your story really does matter at the moment, so I love that. But when we talk about the Nelson Mandela Legacy Ride for Hope campaign, out of all of the purpose-driven movements that you could jump on, what was it about this one that really struck a chord?
I think first and foremost, thank you very much for having us.
Pleasure, ma'am.
One of the most important things that represents us as a country and that represents the journey of Nelson Mandela is resilience.
Yeah.
And the Legacy Ride for Hope is really about testing your personal resilience. Imagine being on the back for 550 kilometers. And those stories of resilience for us resonate with us as an organization, firstly because it's done for a purpose.
Yeah.
The riders are riding so that there could be social good in communities. And that's what we are about. We want to be a force for good in everything we do. And we say every step we take, the story matters. And in this instance, the story of the communities, the story of the riders, and the fact that this is endorsed by the Nelson Mandela Foundation makes a lot of sense for us.
No, for sure. I keep using the term around Mandela Day of plug and play. Make it as easy as you can for people to do good, and they'll do it.
Absolutely.
I firmly believe we will all make that choice if just given the opportunity. And I've also got to meet people along the way with like the Run Your City event
Yes,
to
amazing.
hear those stories. And it's amazing when you connect one-on-one with your citizens. So how does this one play out? How does the mechanism actually work?
I think the mechanics of it is that Ride for Hope is there. It exists as a social enterprise. We are partnering with Ride for Hope. We are partnering with the Nelson Mandela Foundation. The riders will be riding from Howick, the capture side of Mandela, right up until to his home, Ikunu.
Wow.
And I think along the way, they'll be stopping in communities, making a change in every community. We've got a program called Classroom for Hope, which means in every place that we stop, we'll be able to make a difference in whether we build a classroom or whether we are contributing in any shape or form in each and every one of those steps.
I also realize there's something in the notion, and the value exchange goes both ways.
Yeah.
When you do something like this, it fills your cup up.
Of course.
Yeah, and that's a long ride to be thinking about what Madiba sacrificed to get us to this point. So I love that. We're going to have those cognitive moments, but those little moments of a child, for instance, having that attention, knowing that that community cares enough to do this for them, that's a core memory kind of experience for them and for those doing it. So how are you wanting to involve? You've touched on a couple of the touch points. How can people get on board and connect and be a part of this?
I think for us as an organization, we're saying there are many ways we are driving social change. Colleagues are part of them in many ways. Like, for example, today we are joining the Josie, my Josie community, cleaning up Johannesburg City Centre.
Brilliant.
And colleagues are coming out in numbers. And anyone who feels like, I want to be a part of this is welcome to join in. And in the different stages of the race that we're riding as part of the Ride for Hope, there will be enough information that says we are stopping at the stop now. Please come in, be a part of it. But I think you are raising an important point. When somebody does something that is great and it can link with the person that benefits from it, I think it's magical. For that 15 minutes, you feel like the world belongs to you.
Yeah, I call it alchemy, turning lead into gold.
Absolutely.
That it really does feel like that, because I'm often the custodian of these moments during the TV time.
Oh, yes.
And I get to then be attached to that. It strikes me that you've crossed a threshold here, but that is highlighted by Mandela Day. You do this not just for 67 minutes on this day. You do it every day.
Correct.
Because it adds value. What is that value when you see the change in your colleagues? And I see it lived by all of you guys. So I know it's authentic. But more importantly, when you see the change within your market, your clients, your community, why is this such a powerful thing, do you think?
You know, as a corporation, we have a duty and a responsibility to lift society.
Yeah.
To move society forward, to make society better. And we do that because it's a responsibility we have, but more importantly, because it's the right thing to do.
Exactly.
I mean, I want to give you an example that last Friday we went to a school called Rapila Secondary School in Orange Farm, where we donated 1,500 portable solar lights.
Oh, brilliant.
Now, that whole school came to a standstill that moment we came in. And we saw the light in the kids' eyes to say there's hope, there's possibility.
Pride.
And for us, we bring hope, we bring possibility. But more importantly, we want to be a force for good in everything we do. Whether we do it in Johannesburg or we do it in Kenya, we do it in Cape Town, we want to leave a lasting legacy of impact in every community in which you operate.
Yeah, and that impact and how we measure that has changed radically, because big corporates are putting their money and their bodies and their hands, and in this case, their calves and their quads, where their mouths are. So, Doc, thank you so much for leading the charge. You guys have provided a beautiful true north for the rest of us to follow today and every day. But let's use Mandela for our inspiration today. And I think his words really do resonate deeply in this case. A fundamental concern for others in our individual and community lives would go a long way in making the world the better place we see so passionately, and how we have dreamt of that. It is this world that Absa is trying to create by participating in a myriad of these kinds of initiatives. So join them, join the movement. The Nelson Mandela Legacy Ride for Hope race will take place from the 4th to the 7th of September 2024. So you've got a little bit of time to start training. But for more information, you can, on how to enter and how to support, go to legacyrideforhope.com.
There are stories of strivers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. Absa.
Thank you so much for that, Grace. Speaking about Absa, they're going to be doing incredible things when it comes to planting community gardens. So we're going to find out a bit more about how they're changing lives. Now, speaking about changing lives, I have this gorgeous woman next to me. Miss Kolbe is going to be joining us on the couch to chat about all things to do with the Cheslin Kolbe Foundation, also impacting such great communities. So I can't wait to get to know a little bit more about how they are sacrificing and contributing to society. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back after this.
Only you can make my day.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Listen, this morning we're channeling all things to do with Ubuntu and making sure that we carry the spirit of Madiba. And we're so excited to have Layla Kolbe, co-founder of the Cheslin Kolbe Foundation. And she's going to be talking to us a little bit more because her and her husband, who of course is a much-loved South African athlete, his name is Cheslin Kolbe. He needs no introduction. Of course, a Springbok superstar. Now, they have launched a foundation to support and uplift undeserved communities across South Africa. Cheslin's journey from humble beginnings to becoming a world-renowned rugby player is truly something that's so inspirational, and the Cheslin Kolbe Foundation aims to harness that spirit of perseverance and community uplifting. Welcome back, Layla. Listen, we might just be family. We were discussing that cousin, former Cupido,
Yes.
now a Kolbe, and we're doing some great things. Thank you for being here, Layla. I want to talk about how you and your man, Cheslin, came about with this idea. Do you remember the moment that it was sparked that this is going to be what you're doing going forward?
I think it was 2019. Could it be after the World Cup? And we obviously we arrived at his parents' home in Kraaifontein, and yeah, he just told me, just stop and look. And I'm like, okay, because I'm about to get out the car. And he's like, this is boy, he had no shoes on his feet on tar road, and he like positioned the ball on sand, like made a little heap of sand, put this ball, then he's like, just watch what he's going to do. And Cheslin explained to me the whole process. He's like, that boy's going to kick the ball through the light, you know, the lights and the street lights, and over like a gate. Like, that's his rugby pole. It's like, that was me. And I'm like looking at him, and I'm looking at him and I'm like, okay, so we need to put shoes on his feet. And the ball was rugged, like there was nothing, there was no outside, there was no, it was soft.
Wow.
And then we decided, okay, we need to collect shoes, put people's feet, and just like sports equipment for schools and stuff. And then we lived in France at the time, so it looked so far for us, like, how do we do this? So since then, it's taken us till now to actually, and that's why I also felt like coming back to South Africa so that I can get onto the ground and get working. Yeah, so we're really grateful and blessed to finally get the ball rolling. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, and I love that. Like I said earlier, that spirit of Ubuntu, I am because you are. And Cheslin could relate to that, you know, starting here and look at the leaps and bounds he's made, of course, with you being the cheerleader. He couldn't have done it without you for sure. Layla, so tell me more about the focuses that the foundation really zones into. You said, of course, providing sports equipment. What else do you guys do?
So, yeah, we want to focus on sports development, education, uplifting the community first and foremost. Like, it's very important for us to gain an understanding of the community needs before imposing our own ideas, like going in and saying, look, we want to do this and that, and the community actually needs the opposite. 100%. So, yeah, that's very important for us. And then combating gender-based violence is very important as a woman, for me. And we also want to upskill men in our communities to be better father figures and better roles in society, to be present in their homes, and just keep kids off the streets, because the communities where we come from, it's like rife with crime and gangsterism. So, yeah.
Well, let's speak about those communities. Kraaifontein, I think, is where Cheslin grew up. And yourself, what sort of areas or which areas of the mother city and maybe beyond are you focusing on?
So it's important for us to remember where we come from. And we are starting Kraaifontein, and where I come from is Alsies River and Belhar. Grew up in Belhar. So today, especially for Mandela Day, we will be going to Cheslin School in Kraaifontein, and then later we will be going to Alsies River, where I'm from, and going to a school there as well to give out hot dogs and some snacks and stuff. But we're not limited to those two areas. Like, we would love to impact as many as we can, and that's why we hope to inspire many other people to come forward to you know, put their hand up. And like, if Carissa wants to say, look, I come from Mitchell's Plain, and I know that there's this need in my community, we could start the Carissa Project. So that is how we want to inspire and just to grow in giving back.
Girl, you hit the nail on the head. I grew up in Strandfontein, and so I'm just like, how and where and when can I actually pour back in a community that I grew up in? Because I got given privileges, you know, to get sent to schools and do these things, but I knew that I was the exception and not the rule. So I definitely am inspired by everything that you guys are doing too. How's the response from the community been?
Well, I think 2019, 2023. 2023, the end of 2023, we actually went. Cheslin wanted to show off his medal. Well, not show off, but go and show the kids the medal. It was overwhelming. Like, honestly, I felt the warmth. It's, you know, like, people ran to the car. This one lady ran, gave him a kiss. And I was like,
someone's coming for my spot.
I was like, okay. But and like the schools we've approached so far, they are just so excited, you know, like the impact we can do. And I mean, we can't do everything. We would love to do everything. So like if there's anyone that wants to come forward.
Yes, how do people get involved?
Yeah, so we have an Instagram page now. We're not that established yet. We don't have a website. So whoever aligns with our values and would like to offer these services on live TV right now. But
put your pitch out there.
It's winter now, and Cape Town is going through like a crazy rainstorm at the moment. And we were only supposed to launch the end of the year, and I said no. Mandela Day is coming up, like, you know. So we have no website, but you're more than welcome to send us an email on Instagram. If you want to donate in any way, we have a bank account that's running. And we have so many projects that we'd like to work on here.
And I'm sure that many people are reaching for their phones right now trying to find out more. Layla, thank you so much for the work that you and your man do, and send our love to Cheslin as well. It's so good to be able to see this, not only on Mandela Day, but going forward. We definitely are all inspired by the work you're doing.
Thank you.
Oh, Layla, we absolutely love you. And I can imagine if I sat here across from Cheslin, I wasn't able to not cry every time I looked into his eyes. I can imagine what this means for these kids. Absolutely amazing. Now, in honor of honoring our roots and very much in the spirit of Mandela Day, our beautiful Ayanda returned to her hometown of Durbs for a truly inspiring visit to Jaja Memorial Primary School. Thanks to Absa's incredible Veggie Garden initiative, the school is now nourishing the minds and the bodies of over 1,000 pupils. Let's see how this all comes together and is transforming lives literally one vegetable at a time.
Good morning. Today we are in my home province in Durban, and I am excited to put a spotlight on a transformative initiative happening here at Jaja Memorial Primary School. This is the 11th sustainable garden that Absa has helped to build. Nestled within the grounds of this beautiful school blooms a garden set to enrich the meals of 1,000 students on a daily basis. Now, this is not just about nourishment, it's also about cultivating a passion for healthy eating habits and horticulture, all while inviting the entire community to sow the seeds of a brighter future. Mandisa, this garden is absolutely beautiful. Can you actually carry on with the tour and let us know what is in the garden?
Thank you so much, Anda. I think today is an amazing day at Jaja Primary School. As you can see from the garden on the outskirts, we've got fruits, and internally we've got veggies. The reason why it's done this way, it's done because it wants to accommodate the wind as the wind flow. It's also done in the sense that when kids are coming through to enjoy the experience, they're able to sit on these chairs and view the garden in proximity.
Now, what vegetables do we specifically have growing in this garden? I know this is definitely cabbage.
No, you're absolutely correct. These are cabbage, these are beetroots, these are chilies, and some of it are mint. And we also got amazing fruits which have been planted on the side. As you can see, on this part of the Shaland, there's grapes being planted there. So the entire vegetable garden that has been planted comprises of different fruits and vegetables, which kids are able to experience as they're sitting here. They're able to know that as they go through the journey of learning, they're able to plant and reap what they've planted already.
Mandisa, I'm all about community gardens myself, but why is it important for an initiative like this to be enrolled in this region specifically?
So Absa believes in a purpose statement that says your story matters. And we as Absa felt that when we come to the community of Jaja Primary School, their story matters. It was for this reason where we saw the children and the community, where we saw there's an opportunity for us to plant this beautiful garden, where we're able to give an opportunity for them to reap benefits of food, and also for them to enjoy the experience of saying, if your story matters, Absa believe in their stories also by planting for them.
Ndlovu, why is it so special to Jaja Memorial School to have Absa choose you to create this community garden here?
Absa has come to the school with this project, which I think on behalf of the school, the learners are going to benefit. The community, parents with the learners in the school will also benefit. But firstly, in the school, we've got this project of NSNP. Learners are being fed here at school, so they are going to benefit a lot, because a lot will come direct from this project to the kitchen.
Absa believed to be an active force for good in the community that they serve. The garden that we are here today at Jaja Primary School will act as a supplement for the meals that kids have on a daily basis. In some instances, the kids will have vegetables. So this garden will play a pivotal role in them having those vegetables in those days. And in some days, when they're having a sports days, it plays a part in terms of giving them fruits, which they're going to enjoy in ensuring that they're able to live a healthy, nutritious life.
And looking behind me, I've got the members of the community who are benefiting right now from this garden, which I think in future it will be extended from this point down to that, so that we also have many members of the community taking part in this project.
Over the years, we've been doing this garden, and in all the communities that we've touched, we've been getting amazing feedback where the community says, you know, by Absa coming through, by planting a seed, it has created an environment where even in our own home, we're creating gardens where we're able to reap the same benefits. Speaking to one Mama Shabalala here, she said to me, you know, you guys have planted the spinach here. In my house, I've also put a spinach. So in winter, I'm able to reap and have something to eat on a daily basis. So we firmly believe as an organization that if we're able to create a story, if we're able to change someone's life and give an opportunity to have a meal, we've done something good.
It has been an absolutely beautiful morning here at Jaja Memorial Primary School. It is clear that this school's dedication to a healthy environment for their learners goes far beyond the classroom walls, as well as ensuring that young minds are nurtured.
Late in therapy.
Absolutely astounding. I love the fact, and we've had a couple of connections with Absa over the last couple of weeks through the Run Your City, through getting onto a bike for Mandela Day, all of these initiatives, but the fact that it is so authentically connected to the communities, and I think I envision a future where we're going to have these little collective allotments on every school, in every community, where the community is feeding itself. So thank you so much for shining a light and showing the way. And Ayanda, brilliant story. Thank you, hun.
There are stories of believers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. Absa.
Oh, I love that.
Absolutely beautiful stuff. So we're going to continue on that trend right now and inform and empower you. And Aras here have had the most amazing documentary run, really opening our eyes. And I love the focus of their latest documentary. It's going to be a deep dive into the impact of AI. And I'm not talking about in 20 years' time. I'm talking about how it's being used and impacting our lives right now. Absolutely cool.
E.T. Call Home. I'm telling you, it is taking over our lives, but we, of course, want to find out the details, and Artist here has all of that. Not only that, we're also going to get back into the kitchen.
Yay.
We're celebrating so much today, so we thought, why not cake? Especially cake pops. They're so delicious, they're delectable, and these ones are so elevated and elegant.
Are we going to be able to make
I know,
them?
we're going to try our hand at that. We'll see how it goes. If you two want to see, stick around. It's going to be interesting.
your Feel Good Breakfast show, my lovely, and we are so glad you're here because we want to tell you about things that you need to know about, okay? Last week, actually, we started speaking about how Arasgia, one of our radio stations at the SABC, is doing something so incredible. Yes, they have got an audio documentary series that is going, and it is 13 episodes long, all about AI, but also they delve into really great topics that I think are not just about, making us aware about some of the social, things that we need to know about, but also talking about the fact that we need to 100% as people possibly embrace AI a little bit. But don't just listen to me. Let's listen to the Queen who came up with this whole thing and has now just bolstered us into something that I truly believe is a conversation we should be having. My friend, please let's welcome from Arasgia. I'm talking about Alsia van Jaarsveld.
Thank you so
Alsia, how are
much.
you?
I'm fine. We are color-coded.
We are, my babe. We are matching.
Yes,
We're
we
on
are.
the same wavelength, which I love. Are both radio humans.
We are. We're colleagues at the SABC.
Exactly. And this is why I'm so proud of you guys, because I feel like documentary series, they're not always done, especially when it comes to radio. So what is it about exactly that we need to know about this beautiful? It is My Slim Collega, correct?
Yes, the title of the documentary,
Yes,
well done.
thank
My
you.
Slim Collega, because artificial intelligence, that's what the documentary is about, is literally what it is. It is a smart colleague, it's in your pocket, and you can just ask it anytime to help you with stuff. So the radio station instructed me with a very simple commissioning structure just to do something about artificial intelligence.
Yes.
It's a multifaceted topic.
Yes.
So I started to have a human approach with the program, not very technical, and I wanted to gauge where are listeners at with artificial intelligence.
Yes.
So we started an informal conversation with family and friends and also with the broader community on social media to ask, what do you understand about AI? What do you want to understand and what you're curious about? And then we started to delve more deeper into the topic.
That is so smart. And I also think that, like I said, it's something we should be having a conversation about because there's so many people who are either excited about it or they are
very afraid.
Yes. So speak to me where you are, especially having done all of this research. Are you excited or are you a little bit scared?
Well, as a journalist, you may not actually portray your opinion.
We have a professional in the house, everybody. Yes.
All right, but working with all the information, good and bad, and the opportunities and also the threats of AI, it does influence your perception. So my perception currently is that it's a positive thing and you can use it to your advantage. It's a massive support structure to help lighten your workload burden because we're really burdened currently with a lot of work.
We are.
But this is only a reflection of AI and people can make their own minds up regarding artificial intelligence. Do you want to use it or don't you want to use it?
Yes. I mean, with you saying that it lightens the load, this is why so many people are best friends with ChatGPT now. Yeah, because it's like it helps me, not to cheat or anything because there are the people who use it
You
for
have to disclose it.
Yeah.
It's the honorable thing to do.
Yes, you have to indeed. But Alsia, speak to me about, this docuseries and just how for you it genuinely has fascinated you. What are the things that genuinely made you be like, oh, I didn't know that, or, possibly blew your mind?
Well, I learned that people already use AI and they don't really disclose or declare, and that's the honorable thing to do, to disclose it, but especially to draft emails, to strike the right tone with an email. For instance, you really want a report from a colleague, you don't want to come across too aggressively, but you still want to be strict. And then you would ask one of the platforms, ChatGPT, please just draft this email for me. So there's a lot of people that already use AI.
You just changed like my life actually, because I'm not joking. I literally had to send a message to a friend of mine where I had to be a little bit stern, you know what I mean? And I sent it. I wasn't as stern as I was supposed to be. Now you actually just made me realize I can use AI.
You can.
Yes.
You can. It's free.
Oh my word.
It is free.
I love this. And speak to me about this as well. When we talk about highlights in this documentary series that is happening on Arasgia, why should people tune in? What is the biggest reason that you believe it's going to help out?
Well, I think I spoke to several people. They have different profiles, but I do want to highlight two stories.
Okay.
And the one story is of a normal employee, and you and I, we can identify with a person that's employed, and also with an entrepreneur, and how AI both support these two profiles to just do task. And the one employee that I interviewed, he was overburdened with work. He ended up working until 1 in the morning. And also the entrepreneur, he's the director of Wiskunde Meneer, and he translates to English maths teacher.
Yes.
And they use AI to create exam papers, and before AI, they managed to do 2 or 3 exam papers weekly. But now they managed to create 40 papers on a weekly basis, and they don't have to employ other people. They're a small business, and by using AI, they can build a business that compares to a big business.
Oh my goodness. I mean, as students, I don't think they want to hear that there's so many exam papers, but
but
it is
that's only to
definitely helping
practice.
out. Yes, 100%. That is incredible. And thank you so much, Elsa, for leading that conversation, particularly on radio, because I don't think it's a big conversation that's been had on the airwaves. So well done to you and the team. And where can we catch it, please?
Well, it's an RSG. It depends where you stay in South Africa, between 100 and 104 FM. But I think the best part is there's a podcast, rsg.co.za.
Nice.
Tonight after the broadcast. It broadcasts at 8 tonight. And after the broadcast, people can head to the website and catch the podcast.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Elsa, and congratulations again on your audio docuseries.
Thank you so much.
Make sure you check it out, my lovely, rsg.co.za, but it happens also every Thursday at 8 p.m. What is still coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast show, though, and why you need to stick around? Well, my lovely, we did tell you that today is all about celebrating Tata Madiba, which is why we're going to be getting into 67 minutes with that clean up campaign that you never knew about, but you might possibly want to get involved in. Then we also help to donate 67 kennels to our cute little friends, our little Babaki's friend. I can tell you this much, it is 100% Mandela Day in the best way here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Do not go anywhere.
Bake more memories with Royal Baking Powder, and you could win your own KitchenAid stand mixer. Be a part of the Tastemaster competition action by watching the show and baking a creative interpretation of the week's theme using Royal Baking Powder. Then upload it to socials by replying to the competition post, including hashtag the Tastemaster SA and hashtag Bake More Memories. Don't miss the Tastemaster SA every Tuesday evening at 7, repeat Wednesday at 1 and Sundays at 4 p.m. on SABC2.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Yes, lots of smiles and love in our studio today, and with good reason, because we are surrounded by a lot of love today, being Mandela Day. So we've been focusing on a lot of good things to inspire you. So let's take a moment, take a breath, and just celebrate this moment right now. Coffee, the versatile ingredient that turns ordinary recipes into extraordinary delights, and that's what we're going to do right now. We've been inspired by the Jacobs Cadbury Mocha, which is amazing. It's so delicious, to make a household favorite, cake pops, but with a delicious espresso twist for your guests to enjoy. I'm hoping this is going to inspire Leila Kolbe in her next meet and greet. It's so good to have you here. And of course, you're very proudly representing your and Cheslin's foundation, doing amazing work every day, not just today. So I hope that this will be a moment for you to just chill out, because you're going to have a very busy day today, I have no doubt. Okay, so we're going to start by making the cake pops themselves. And what I love about have you tried the Cadbury Mocha?
I have not.
Well, we're going to have to remedy that right now, because it is delicious. Now, I'm not traditionally a very sweet tooth kind of person, but this is beyond delicious, and it comes with a nice little coffee kick as well. So this will hopefully just add the finishing touches to a beautiful experience. So I haven't had a chance to catch up since the last time that we met, and I had to apologize, because I think every time I looked into your Cheslin's eyes, I was literally like welling up with emotion. How are you guys doing now that the dust has settled? You guys are back on terra firma, back into a lot of rugby again. How's the family doing post-World Cup? Do you still have those moments where you tear up, where you have to catch your breath and go back to that? Because it was just amazing.
I mean, after last weekend, we now know what it feels like to lose.
It's too soon. It's too soon.
To lose by 1 point. So, I mean, yeah, it's been great, but yeah.
It's a lot, man, and you're still out there on the front line. And I love the fact that Cheslin seems like a new man, and maybe the work with the foundation is inspiring him on another level. So let's make him something sweet, and for the kids as well. So we've got our cake. I'm putting into that some chocolate frosting, like a nice ganache, beautiful. Please have your coffee.
Yes, I was thinking,
sorry, man, you're being so polite, just looking at.
It's like, where's mine?
What I love about the Cadbury, obviously you get that lovely Cadbury chocolate flavor, but it's not too much. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm actually going to use a little bit of our Cadbury Mocha Jacobs in the mix as well. And then, so that's going to kind of bind it together beautifully. And then we literally just mix it through until you get a beautiful, gooey consistency that, and we're going to make a lot of cake pops today, I think, that we are going to then roll into our cakes. And I think why I love this, it's a small treat that packs a punch. Jacobs Cadbury Mocha delivers a balanced, and I'm going to say from experience, very satisfying blend of coffee and I think chocolate flavors as well for the lovers of both. It is typically smooth, medium body, providing a solid foundation for the flavors to shine through. And it's got a beautiful, well-rounded coffee taste as well. I think it's a grown-up hot chocolate. That's what it feels like to me, a grown-up hot chocolate. Okay, so I'm going to roll 2 cake balls here to test my hand at that, and then those will go into the fridge. It's gold leaf to finish it off, but you can go crazy. Have you ever made cake pops before?
I have not, but seeing how easy it is now, I think this is what I'll be doing with my kids in the next school holidays.
And how important is it to have these kinds of involved, like the moments where you can involve the kids? And yes, it will get messy, but that's half of the fun. But they need to be invested in the food that they're eating. They need to have those kind of moments, yeah?
I feel like today to be a public holiday, so my kids can... I mean, why is Mandela Day not a public holiday?
Maybe if Cheslin wrote the right letter to the right person, we can just pull it off. Okay, so what are your creative thoughts here? How do you think you're going to put these together?
We love chocolate, so I think I'm going to...
Just double up.
Yeah.
Good job. There's 1 cake ball. Going to pop you there. And the cake balls, I think they go into the fridge just to kind of firm them up a little bit so they hold their shape beautifully.
It's supposed to be like... My kids love sprinkles.
Yeah. I love it. I'll put out like big bowls of sprinkles so that they can just kind of dip and dunk and get stuck in. Oh, look at you doing a bit of a drizzle. Oh, I love that.
Okay.
Absolutely brilliant. And something like this is quite cute because you can go bespoke. So if you're hosting people, if you're having a kids' party or something like that, you want everyone there to feel like, whoop, okay, that needs to go into the fridge before it slides all the way down. We'll pop those onto a plate and into the fridge. And it really is so simple. When the kids obviously are aware of what's going on, how much of the world do they get? Do they understand like the gravitas and the craziness of the world that you guys live in? Have you been able to kind of shield them from that?
I think they understand. My daughter, when she walks into school, everyone behind her is like, that's Cheslin Kolbe's daughter. So she knows. I think, yeah, I mean, my husband gets stopped a lot for photos and stuff, and they stand there, and I think they totally understand. We don't try and hide them from it, because there's other kids that, that look up to us,
sure.
and I want them to see, like, to be, yeah, I just want them to feel the moment.
It's setting an example.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's not something that you can talk, it's something that you're lived, which I absolutely love. And I would imagine, yes, Cheslin must get stopped like literally every 10 seconds for a photo. Okay, we've got one more cake pop to do. What are you thinking design-wise?
Okay, I don't know. Let's add some gold.
I think some gold is a great way to go.
On white chocolate.
Okay, and now we're getting creative. And that's the bottom line. You can get creative. You can have so much fun creating your little cake pops. You could even do it as an exercise for your child's party. Get the kids to make their own cake pops, 100%. Pop them in the fridge. I love this. Anything that's interactive, that tastes this good, amazing. And then, of course, the adults get to eat the treats. And if you want to taste this for yourself and create, I don't think there's an official technique for doing it. You nail it. The more chocolate chippage, the better. If you want to make these incredible espresso cake pops at home, you can head over to expressoshow.com. And if you do create, we want to see proof. We want to see pictures.
I don't know what I'm doing, but...
Oh, no, whatever it is, it's working.
Idea.
You're in your flow state. Yeah, just go with it. Leila, we love you. Thank you so much for doing everything that you guys are doing now. And once again, we'll keep all of the foundation details up. Instagram is a great way to connect with the Cheslin Kolbe Foundation. Find out how you can connect and bring your resources to bear, because they are doing amazing things. So all the best of luck today. Break a leg.
Thank you. Not break a leg, though.
Not in your world.
Find your wonderful. Jacobs, Wunderbar.
Oh man, those cake pops look so delicious. Please save me one, Leila, as well as Graham. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to continue with that spirit of Ubuntu. 67 minutes is really all we're asking for on the 18th of July. But if you'd like to extend that a bit further, you're welcome to. But we're going to get into talking about 67 kennels that are going to be donated, and also spending 67 minutes doing a bit of a clean-up. If you're interested in either one of those, grab your coffee, and I'll see you after this.
We connect more countries than any other airline. Turkish Airlines.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we continue to be inspired by incredible people, organizations, movements doing the most. Today being obviously Tata Madiba's birthday, where we all are being prompted to give our 67 minutes. Now, this is a great way that you can spend your 67 minutes this Mandela Day as we connect with one of those wonderful human beings, Sidimbele Ntaba, who is the founder and chairperson of Lokshin Pioneer, a non-government organization based in Gugs. And I think he deserves, more than any of us in this room, a very special feel-good welcome this morning. That's just for the shirt, so just for the shirt.
You do look good today, I
Great
must
to have
say.
you here. Yeah, man.
So good to have you here. Shall we get straight into it? Gugulethu out in Cape Town is where we're based, and of course, with the project that you're doing. I'm curious why you focused it on Gugs in particular. So can we get into that, Sidimbele?
Okay, first of all, we come from Gugs. We hail from Gugs, and yeah, we thought being with all the floods that has been happening in and around Cape Town these days, and we've had some massive waste management. So
it's a mess.
So what we want to do, we want to inspire the people in Gugs. We want to inspire not just in Gugs, but everywhere else. But this is where the project is going to be starting. So we're launching it there. So yeah, we just want to, we call it a cleanup campaign. So that's what we want. We want fresh air. We want to ensure that we clean Gugulethu and every other areas.
Wow. The word that keeps hammering into my brain as you are talking is the word pride.
Yeah.
Sure.
To restore pride in a community means, and that has to come from within the community. It's not something you can paint over with money.
Correct.
Great movements, great organizations, NGOs can help by focusing on these key areas, but it's the action that brings about the change. And we need to see communities do it for themselves. How are you feeling about, are you hopeful on this Mandela Day about your community in Gugs?
Well, you know, Nelson Mandela said it once more himself. You know, it starts with building a community. Yeah. So we're all about that. And in Gugulethu, there has been lots of negativity that has gone around the area.
It's become a culture.
Exactly. Yeah. So what we are starting is that it starts with us. As the people, you know, we cannot be expecting everything else to be given to us. And that has been a challenge, you know, where people think that they deserve things. But we want to inspire and say, let's start from the ground up. So that's what we are about, collecting, ensuring that the community is involved and everybody else. And we've got some school kids that are also going to be joining us in. So it's important to do that.
Yeah.
I love it, especially across generations.
Exactly.
Young people need to feel and see the older generation doing it for them, but vice versa. Young people need to do it for themselves.
Yes, but I love that, living by example. And I love what you said about pride, because it is about restoring dignity to a community. Yeah. Nothing worse than walking around and you're like, oh man, if only these streets were cleaner, or whatever it may be. But I want to know about the event in particular. It runs over 2 days. Yes. What happens on the different days? Can I come in and out? How is it going to be set up?
Okay. Now, the day one, which is today, Mandela Day, is going to be a cleanup. We have gathered a spot that is a dumping site. We are partnering with the city of Cape Town, where we've identified this particular spot. And a MACO member, Alderman Twig, will be part of the program as well. So we will be doing a cleanup there and also erecting a no dumping sign in that particular area that is with the community members as well as the school kids in and around in Gugulethu at Inchinga Primary School. So that's what we're doing today. And tomorrow, a very important program. It's called Environmental Expo. Now, tomorrow we will be giving, we call it an awareness program, where young kids of grade 7, which is the senior phase program, where we will be giving them different types of opportunities that they're in the environmental science space. We are partnering there, of course, City of Cape Town, which I just mentioned, Iziko Museum, the Department of Forestry, Fisheries and the Environment, CPUT will be there, that's rural development and agriculture will also be there. Wow. So totally different, vast programs all in the environmental science sector, so that kids can be able to know the job opportunities and how to actually, very importantly, keep the environment clean.
But they're also potentially meeting their next employer. You're creating their strategic network around them, and people often think that it's the mentors. It might be your peers.
That's correct.
It might be the 4 scholars standing next to you that hold your future in their hands if you collectively go and do it together. How can people get to the expo? Are there still tickets available? How can people plug into what you're doing?
The expo is strictly for school kids, grade 7. We have invited actually 5 primary schools that will be taking place there. So it's already a full-on closed program.
Oh,
so
great,
it's set,
man.
and we are expecting about 200 to 303 kids that will be there. So it's a full program, and we're focusing on the 3 environmental crises, which is waste pollution, biodiversity, as well as climate change.
For sure.
So those 3 spheres, we will be dealing with those on that environmental expo.
Brilliant.
Incredible. Ms. Ntaba, I'm taking so many notes from you right now. You're doing incredible work in Gugs, and I just can see this actually spreading beyond Gugs across the rest of the mother city, perhaps even on the Cape Flats, which I know is also needed with waste management and cleaning up
Big
the
time,
streets in a big way. So thank you for the work that you do, and all the best for today.
Yeah, completely. Just very quickly, lastly, how can people who want to support you, because you've ticked a number of boxes for me on the corporate sponsorship side, that I've got people wanting to find purpose in that space and connect to the trust that you've created in the communities. How do we do that?
People can follow us on our Facebook page. It's Lokshin Pioneers. And then on our Insta, it's at Lokshin_Pioneers, as well as our TikTok. It's at Lokshin Pioneers.
I love
I mean, we'll even see you doing a dance on TikTok later today, hey?
Watch out tomorrow with the kids. Definitely.
It's definitely going to happen. And I like the fact that you're actually prepared for it. It is going to happen.
Start stretching already.
You are honouring Madiba today
Madiba
in a very
dance.
powerful way. Exactly. I love that. Maybe a new trend is on the way. We'll keep those details up on our social media platforms. We'll just go out there, do something. Work harder for your own community today. Help by taking the burden from others. Don't point a finger and say, someone should be doing that. I wish. Go and do it yourself. I have a feeling we're going to learn a lot about our city, our people, and Gogoletu through this process that is going to change the game. Well done, sir.
Thank you very much, Graham. Thank you.
Absolutely amazing.
Ah, man, dare I say, Tata Madiba would be proud of each and every one of us as fellow South Africans. And I say this because we had asked you, rather, to let us know on the social media streets, what are you getting up to for your 67 minutes today, my lovely? What is it that you're going to be doing in your community? And we had such beautiful comments coming through. Let's jump into them. Ntuli Melody Smart said, good morning, fam. I'm going to my son's school to cook and make sandwiches, then distributing it to homes and peoples in shelters. Absolutely incredible. Then it was Milani Barnard Bosman who said, I'm going to Lansdowne with work to pack food parcels at a Food Forward SA event. That's so lovely. Then Motelo Muduko said, good morning, my lovely #Expresso Show SABC3 family. I'm planning on helping the poor and the orphanage, which is incredible. And Salma Hanif came through as well, saying, good morning, share some good food to the old people and donate clothes to those that are in need. Expresso family, you're making us so proud. And I know that we're also going out and doing our 67 minutes. And if you're sitting there and you're like, possibly, what can I do? Well, my friend, there's so much that is around you. And remember, it is as easy as making a sandwich for somebody else and possibly just giving it to them, to somebody who genuinely looks like they are in need. Thank you so much for coming through. And you still can do so. #Expresso Show on all social media platforms. Right here on your television, though, we are going to be getting into some more things. I told you about us and our little poor babies. And I'm saying that because they're so little and cute. We are donating 67 kennels. We're hearing all about that in terms of who is doing it and what exactly is happening. And then we are also going to be getting into something that I think every parent should be in the know of. We're talking about reducing the risk of pet-associated zoonotic infections. It's going to be coming up right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Do not go anywhere. We're going to take a short break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Thank you for being here in the last moments before I know you're going to go off and do like Nelson Mandela did, contribute 67 minutes to make sure that the world around you is just a better place. Now, Mandela Day is a day for everyone to give back to their communities. And today, we have an inspiring story of collaboration and also compassion. We're joined by wonderful ladies, Bertha Motiane, as well as campaigns officer at 4 Paws SA, or she's the campaigns officer at 4 Paws SA, and Marcel Duplessis, Fundraising Communications and Programs Executive at Mzinande Animal Clinic. Now, together, these two organizations are on a heartfelt mission to provide, listen to this, Graham, 67 kennels and essential care packages to dogs in need in Khayelitsha. Ladies, welcome.
Thank you.
What incredible work you are doing.
Bertha, did you hear the little squeak when I heard your name? And I keep calling you my spirit animal because we connect over the most amazing things.
We do.
So congratulations to both of you on having this moment, because it speaks to all the work that you have done and are doing. It's not just 67 minutes.
Definitely.
It's a 24/7 thing, and I get that. Can I ask you both just very quickly, because this is underpinned very much by the weather, and I think a lot of people wanting to do more for strays, for animals that just have nobody, and we've seen some incredibly tough conditions. How are the animals in the areas that you are looking after right now? Because this couldn't have come at a better time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely, Graham. We looked at the weather. Even before this terrible weather conditions, we were already worried about the dogs in this winter, just the cold. So some of the people or the community members do not have kennels, do not have proper, housing for their dogs. So it was always an issue. It has always been an issue. It's an issue even without the terrible rains.
For sure.
Every winter, every dog deserves some warmth. Yeah.
And we're doing it.
Yeah.
Doing
And
it.
talk to me about the two greats coming together, 4 Paws SA as well as Mzinande. How did this come together? How did the conversation birth? Talk to me about that.
Yes. So what inspired this collaboration between ourselves and Mzinande is our shared commitment towards improving animal welfare in South Africa, and obviously honoring the legacy of Nelson Mandela, because I think Mandela Day calls for everyone to make a positive impact in their communities. So this collaboration was a perfect fit, and it was just alignment with the spirit of the day. And for us, it's also our everyday work. But then we looked at it, and then we reached out to Mzinande. We've been talking to them since April this year, trying to see what can we do together for the improvement of the welfare of the animals in Khayelitsha.
I love the fact that this battle is being waged, and I call it a battle because that's where we're at. And it's being waged from the bigger picture, and we're seeing big changes, big shifts in this notion of one welfare and everyone working together. Then it plays out in very small spaces, Marcel, with one child looking after a dog, one family wanting to do more, but their own housing isn't even adequate. So how can they be expected to then look after others? You step in at a very difficult place in the work that you do, and I'm sure you have to deaden some of your emotions to be able to deal with that. That being said, what difference does it make when you get this right, when you can get the right equipment, the right nutrition, and the right education into these spaces?
Yeah, education is absolutely so important. It all starts with the children or with the adults and educating them to become the best pet owners they can be. Because we can't step in and do that change every time. People need to do that for themselves. And now, we can educate, but they might not be equipped with the things that they need. So that's where this partnership then comes together of bringing the kennel, bringing the food, bringing the blankets, so that we can equip them as well as educate them.
Love that.
Well, Gray, I'm going to send you off.
Time to
I
head
know
back
you
to
want
the
to be
kitchen.
here with the ladies talking
You're
about
still
some really
my
good
spirit
stuff.
animal. I love you guys. All the best of luck for today. You're doing something truly amazing. Love you guys.
Marcel, maybe we can continue the conversation there, talking about how Mzinande Animal Clinic helps, and I can't believe this number, 1,500 pets in Khayelitsha every single month.
Yeah.
Is this rewarding work that you're doing? And also, how can people get involved to perhaps even increase that number?
It is so rewarding, especially when you see children bringing their puppies in and from a young age growing up to understand that animals have needs and they need to care for them. And the children actually become full-rounded humans because they're learning respect and responsibility and all those type of things. So it's very rewarding being able to help the animals. And, you know, we always encourage people to come and visit. I know a lot of people are scared of coming to Khayelitsha, but it's actually an amazing journey to come and visit. We have a homeless shelter where the animals always need attention. They always need walking, so people can do that. And then help out at our events that are off-site as well.
Beautiful. 67 kennels is what we're trying to donate this year. How can people get involved with this? Where are they coming from? And can we increase that number perhaps to be 80 even?
Yes. So 67 for us was very symbolic in that we are to give 67 minutes of our time on this Mandela Day. So we decided to start there. But it does not mean that if there's a continued need in the area of Khayelitsha or anywhere else, we cannot increase that number. And I just want to also say, as 4PAWS, we are really grateful to our supporters and donors, because without them, this project wouldn't have happened. You know, so they helped us achieve this by donating. So we reached out and they made the dream come true, because we've reached the target. And today we'll be delivering 67 kennels and 67 care packages to Mzananda.
Oh my goodness, that is such beautiful work. It gives me goosebumps. I also have animals, so, you know, it's just so close to my heart. And it really is just such a rewarding journey going along. And you're a better person because of your dog, your cat, or whatever it may be. So congratulations, ladies. That is so exciting on this Mandela Day. How can people support you online? Where can they find you?
So as 4PAWS, we are on Facebook, Instagram is 4PAWS in South Africa. We are also on LinkedIn. You can find 4PAWS International there, but Instagram, Facebook, and we've got a website and we've got a YouTube channel. You can find us there.
Everywhere and everywhere. Masal, how about you?
Pretty much the same. Facebook, Instagram, website, LinkedIn. Just Google Mzananda Animal Clinic and you'll find us. Or even Khayelitsha Animal Clinic and you'll find us.
It'll pop up. Well, thank you so much to both of you, Bertha and Masal, for being here and for the work that you're doing. Right now, we're going to continue in that light of good work. Graham, over to you.
Thank you so much. And once again, thank you so much to the 4PAWS team and everyone within their collective. I'm going to call it a movement, doing so much when it's really needed now. So from the pets that we want to look after to the humans engaging with the pets, and we not want to be fear-mongering here at all. We want to be responsible. And I think pet ownership is very rewarding, but can come with some health risks, so we need to be informed. Now, pets like dogs, cats and reptiles can carry diseases that humans can catch through close contact, especially if you've got young'uns like me who live in each other's food bowls. I get that. So today we're talking with one of our favorites, Dr. Leila Kassim, about pet-related zoonotic infections. Bit of a short left, but it's vital that we know this. And she's here to explain some of the common risks, give some practical advice for safer interactions, and discuss enjoying pets while staying healthy, because you're a pet lover as well.
I love dogs. I'm a dog lover.
I'm both. I've got 2 cats, 2 dogs, and we live as one clan, and I love that. But there is close proximity. We take so much time to look after our children, look after the pets, but we've got to look after them as they're engaged within one kind of little microcosm. So maybe let's start with the heavy hitters. Those infections, like rabies jumps to mind, but that's hopefully not something that's a danger in the household. What are some of those zoonotic worries that keep you up at night?
So it's such a broad topic. Zoonotic infections are infections that can be transferred from an animal to a human. It's important to know that there are bacterial infections, viral infections, parasite infections, so many. But some of the common ones are related to the pets that you have. So related to dogs, cats, and sometimes even snakes and reptiles. As
and a
people
rat
have
or
those
two.
as rats as
Well,
well.
actually, rats are really clean, believe it or not, in their own little way when you take them out of where they normally live. So I get that. I've got to ask, because I've got a Dachshund that I lost the battle with many, many moons ago and sleeps in the bed with us, and I'm sorry, that's not going to change. But they do get very, very close. There is saliva, it's a level of proximity that I think if we actually had to think about, we would probably think it shouldn't be allowed. But is there a line, or how do you feel about that? Because I know it can help with boosting an immune system in a young child. So it's not like no interaction, but there needs to be balance.
Yes, exactly. So the things to know is that if your dog shows signs of any infection or danger signs, like if they have a fever or if they act aggressive, then, always take your animal to the vet. But bacteria and viruses and germs are transmitted via saliva, open wounds. So always make sure that your dog's okay, that there aren't any open wounds, or if you've got an open wound, don't let your dog lick that open wound.
And they'll instinctively want to do that, especially like a Dashi, which wants to care for its little herd, yeah?
So it's just about those small little tips and tricks. I think it's more about hygiene and just those elements that you can do at home.
A bit of logic, I think, goes a long way in that space, and I'm sure you think about that a lot in your practice. So let's talk about your practice. I'm sure you've seen kind of an algorithm in terms of the zoonotic connection. Are there particular subgroups of people with particular pre-existing, maybe comorbidities, things like that, that could make them more at risk?
So definitely there are groups of people or patients who are more susceptible to developing infections. Patients that are immune compromised, so someone that has maybe diabetes, which lowers your immune system, younger children, patients who are pregnant, patients who are going through chemotherapy. So anything that sort of lowers your immune system.
Compromised your system.
Exactly, can make you more susceptible to developing an infection.
Now, one thing I know about people who have exotic pets, they will let that snake crawl around their neck. They will have that spider on their head. And I say this because whenever we get them into studio, they put the snake around my neck, the spider goes on my head. But it does speak to an exotic strain of, I would imagine, as these animals come from very localized areas that are very far away from what our immune system has ever seen before. Are there major dangers when it comes to the more exotic pets?
So not necessarily. I think always have a good relationship with your veterinarian. Make sure that your pet goes for regular checkups. Yes, there are, of course, infections that can spread. So, for example, salmonella is quite common in amphibians, and it can cause like a severe gastroenteritis, fever, chills.
Don't lick the frog, man.
Don't
That's the
lick
reason
the frog
why
or
we
the
don't
snake.
lick the frog. It's not
Don't
going to
kiss
turn
your
into a
snake.
prince, man. Yeah.
So it's always important, I think, just to know, to have a good idea or a background history on what type of pet you have all the information available, and have a good vet.
Life is about balance. We get that. And often the things that we really enjoy aren't always the best for us, but we have to find that middle ground. So maybe just to wrap up with some advice when it comes to keeping the family healthy, I mean, just during winter in general, but because we're going to be in close proximity, closed doors, less ventilation with each other and our pets, do you have some tips for staying healthy during these incubating months?
So with regards to pets, yes, of course. Firstly, I just want to say that pets are companions and they're part of the family. So don't isolate them.
For sure.
It's all about having a holistic, healthy environment. So make sure that when you are touching your pet or feeding them or handling their food, that you wash your hands afterwards. That's something so simple, that's accessible, that's easy. Make sure that your pets are vaccinated. It's also easily accessible in South Africa. We have the PDSA, the SPCA.
Yeah.
And then just, allow your pet to have that time to be out and go for a little run or walk in the garden, and monitor young children when they play with pets. Don't aggravate pets, because that can also make them aggressive.
For
so it's
sure.
about safe handling, a good environment, and hygiene.
Hygiene. I mean, we make our kids go and wash their hands and clean up before dinner. The same kind of notion applies. Thank you for wearing one vet foot and in one vet shoe today and one as a dog. We absolutely love you, but thank you for making it, dumbing it down for the rest of us to fully understand. The bottom line is we absolutely love our furry friends and they ain't going nowhere. And that's why protecting ourselves and them is important. NexGuard is a wonder. It provides reliable protection against ticks, against fleas, ensuring your furry friend stays safe and stays comfortable even during the more hectic winter months. NexGuard monthly tasty chews, and they really do love them, offer year-round protection. In fact, giving you peace of mind by preventing those infestations before they start, in fact, and allowing you to stay ahead of the game. It's convenient, it's effective, and as I said, they really do love them. And we want that to be the case because their health and their happiness shouldn't take a break. Now, you stand the chance as a nice added bonus for your little furry family to win 2,000 Rand cash and a surprise goodie. How you do it? Simply reply to the competition post on Expresso's social media pages and tell us this. How does your dog show you love? Don't forget, I almost went into doggy talk there. Don't forget hashtag NexGuard and hashtag Guardians of Love in that entry to qualify yourself. The competition closes midday, Friday, the 19th of July, so you don't have a huge amount of time, but you can find the T's and C's at expressoshow.com. Doc, we absolutely love you. Stay healthy and enjoy your furry friends this winter.
Thank you.
Now, we have about just under 30 more minutes in your company and still so much coming your way. Did I join a group, perhaps? Look at us looking so good together. Well, these two superstars are going to be talking about their latest single and the inspiration behind it. Not only that, you stand a chance to win 2,000 Rand with Omar Rusk. And before we get there, we've got to do a vocal warm-up. Remember what we practiced? You're going to go...
I don't.
Okay, we'll practice that. We'll see you after the break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's so good to have you. And if you've just joined, you came at the perfect time because joining us are acclaimed musicians, Jimmy Nevis as well as Craig Lucas. Perhaps you've heard of them. I don't know. Small people. I'm joking. One of the biggest superstars we have in South Africa and the mother city. Now, they have joined forces for the very first time to create a powerful new single. Now, it is called Never Forget, and it's going to be released tomorrow. So we get some exclusive business going on here. And it's all to honor the legendary bioscope in Wynberg, of course, called the Laksharama. We've got to give them a feel-good welcome. Honestly, I'm fangirling just a little bit now because I love the both of you. I play your music all the time on my show. Jimmy, we've spoken before on my show as well. So to have you guys here coming together for a moment like this feels so significant. Can you tell me a bit more about this collaboration?
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, it's good to be here, myself, Craig, and your fur.
Thank you for acknowledging her.
But yeah, you know, I think Craig and I, we've been friends for many years. I was actually there when he won The Voice, and so I feel like I've seen his career like just over such a vast amount of time. And even though we've sung live together, we haven't actually been in studio together. So this is the first time that we've done something like this. Sure. And additionally, when I wrote the song, I actually was imitating his voice. It was like, whoa.
Imitators putting it nice.
Yeah, so I was, and now, you know, for me it was like, I think it's time that if anyone can give a ballad its success, it's going to be Craig Lucas.
Absolutely.
So I'm super excited about this release. The song's coming out tomorrow. And it's also for a good cause. It's for the documentary called The Cape Town Song, which is about the Lakshirama in Wynberg.
And we need to talk about the Lakshirama in Wynberg because I think many people, perhaps a generation above us and beyond, were quite heartbroken to see that it is no more because they've got so many beautiful memories. I mean, I was having a conversation with my mom yesterday and she was like, yes, growing up, we couldn't even go to like the 3 arts, for example, because of the color of our skin. So the Lakshirama was the place to be. So to honor this in a beautiful documentary is stunning. So tell me more about that.
So, I mean, the guys at Mad Little Badger, they were the ones who were heading up this documentary. And then I joined the project. And for me, you know, yes, of course, the building is important, but I think the memories and the history is really what we're all about. I think that the documentary is a story about music, it's about culture, it's about community, it's about Wynberg. And for me, I find myself going deeper and deeper into my roots the older I get, which is, it's wild. But it just shows you that there's so much for us to learn. There's so much education that still needs to happen. And I think just about like forgotten history. I think there's a lot of things, you know, we forget that we are such a young democracy. I mean, today we celebrate Madiba Day. And I think it's just important that we always pay tribute to those who have come before us, the legacies of so many musicians who have paved the way. It just feels really fitting that we are the ones to tell that story.
Yes, I would agree with that. I mean, Craig, maybe I can come to you. What does this song mean to you and this project that you're involved in?
I mean, it's really special, you know, and I've been wanting to work with Jimmy for a long time. So when he reached out, I jumped at it. And, you know, I think the power of a good song is that it's relatable across the board. And for me, even just past the Lakshirama, you know, it's a song about loss and a song about remembering people that we've lost. And that's significant to me. So, yeah, it's just special all around.
Absolutely. And thank you for being in this vulnerable moment and leaning into it, because I think, yes, that's exactly it. It's about grief, it's about loss, but also it's about celebration of what was, right?
100%.
Now, speaking about celebration, like we mentioned, this documentary is being created. But of course, anytime we're creating a project, money needs to be pumped into it.
100%.
How do people actually support this? Because it is a story that needs to be told.
So, you know, we need people to be involved with this. It's being made in real time. We are sending updates. You can check us out at A Cape Town Song on all social media, but especially Instagram. And if you go check out acapetownsong.com, you can find out more details of how to join the crowdfunding project that we have going on, so we can turn this documentary into a reality.
Yes, please, let's. Because I think that there's something about archiving memories as well, that people for years to come can look back at.
And there's so much of our history, I speak of my community, that has just been swept under the rug. And I think that it's important that we use these official spaces to share facts and memories about our parents and about our parents' parents and our heritage and our legacy.
Yeah, we're saying no to erasure. Okay, we are here and we've been here. Beautiful. Please tell me we can expect an album with the two of you guys together.
So, you know,
come on.
Come
on. You give us a pinky, we take the whole body, not mind the hand. Please tell us there's more.
Listen, all I can say is, I mean, there could be a remix.
Possibly.
Yeah, that will come out.
Right?
No, I'm just joking. But for now, it's this song, and it's a very special song. And we're going to perform it here today.
So what can we expect from the song?
Big harmonies.
Ooh.
Yeah. Hopefully, both of us singing in tune.
I love that.
And yeah, you know, like Craig said, it's a song also about loss. So for me, I think it's relatable, you know. Yes, it's inspired by the Lakshirama and the project, but it's there for anyone who's experienced any loss in any ways.
Absolutely. Is this an exclusive? We just have to get that straight.
This is the first.
Yeah,
this is an exclusive.
If you're looking for exclusives, Expresso is where you gotta be. It's your feel-good morning show for a reason. Guys, thank you so much. And I'm so excited to hear the song. Jimmy Nevis and Craig Lucas. It doesn't get any better than this, does it, G?
It will when they start singing, because we've heard the sound check, and I've been waiting for that moment that's going to break us today, because there's been a lot of love and emotion underpinning everything that we've spoken about. It's on the way. So maybe let's just be still for a moment and have a little bit of fun. And there are a few things better than the feeling of snuggling up under a blanket and enjoying an Omar Rusk dipped into a cup of hot coffee, especially when the weather is like it is right now. And the only thing that can make that moment even more special is sharing it with friends. Was it looked like you had a bit of a moment there. Okay, so I'm going to let you revel in that. And we've got Zanele, Zan and Joburg connecting with us as well. And we're going to just have a little chat with the girls. So this week we gave you guys the chance to win 2,000 Rand along with an incredible hamper by replying to the competition post on the Expresso social media pages. And this is what we put to you. Who is your bestie that you love to share girl time snacks with, like Omar Rusks? And don't forget, of course, that all-important hashtag Omar Dipping Delicious. Zanele, we've got you here. I would imagine, because you've got quite a crazy, energetic group of friends. Okay, so the girl time for you must be your plug-in. That's where you get your energy. What do you get out of your girl time with your besties?
You know what I get? I get wholesome, just, I think, encouragement first and foremost, because we all need that in terms of having friends that just love you and support you. But I also think I get just a whole lot of time to spill some tea. Yeah. Just a nice little catch-up in terms of what's happening everywhere in our lives and everywhere around us. But, you know, it's also just about getting, I think, just a little bit to keep you going, which is just filling up your cup, just like we do with some coffee, so that we can dip our Omar Rusk, my Graham. I definitely think so.
Whatever, it's all about the tea, and that's what I want to know. So, like, how much gets said, Carissa, when you have these little hubble bubble toil and trouble moments here?
Well,
I'm being very cheeky. I'm being very cheeky. But how important is that time with your girls to actually be able to just speak the truth?
Yes, Graham's trying to get in the club. You can't get in the club,
How do I do
okay?
it, man?
No, you're getting bounced in this club. No, me and my besties, we find that time so important. It's just a moment where we can't really have that with our partners. We both have men in our lives that we love so much, but it's like when we get down to the tea of the matter and we can really just be vulnerable with one another, there's a moment that cannot be replicated with anybody else. So I love my girl time with my bestie.
Yeah, man, and sometimes guys and girls need a different lane.
I think
okay,
so.
you definitely do. When it comes to spilling the tea, definitely. So we've already received so many entries with some beautiful, real heartwarming stories. In fact, Zan, will you take us through some of those?
Of course, with pleasure. And especially because I'm so excited for somebody to win. But Kamanina Q said, definitely, my grandmother, it's always a good time of wisdom over a hot cup of tea with milk with 3 teaspoons of sugar. She's always so specific. And Omar Buttermilk Rusks. That's my favorite as well. Hashtag Omar Dipping Delicious. Thank you, Kamani Nande. Then Ori Ray came through and said, my bestie is my daughter. And all the snack like Omar Rusks we share together. That is adorable. Felicity Mazibuko said, my bestie is definitely my mom, Tandi Mazibuko. Every morning we always share a cup of coffee with our favorite Omar Rusk's buttermilk flavor. Hashtag Omar Dipping Delicious. Sepiso Anenke said, I would like to share a girl time snack like my favorite Omar Rusk with my lovely sister, Mahotso Lebanye rather. She's my bestie. I always share my snack with her. That is so beautiful. Narusha Naidu wrapped things up and said, my mom and my teen daughter, never-ending conversations. These are so incredible, and we got so many of them. I don't know how and who and where and what, but it is just so beautiful because I think that we all, like you said, Carissa, have those moments that we need just to keep us going.
Oh, I absolutely love that, man. I've just got to say, because I gave my daughter, she's my little bestie when I want my girl time chats, and I got her 2 of the buttermilk rusks to eat because she was dying for a rusk. She gets halfway through one, and then very gingerly comes to ask, Daddy, please can you make me some tea? Because she needs something to dance.
Daddy of the
Sweetie pie. Absolutely love it. Well, we've had some beautiful entries, so keep them coming in. The competition closes on Friday, the 19th of July. As you can see, your answers are going to have to be good because we've had some amazing entries. But you can check out expressoshow.com for all the terms and conditions. Good luck.
Omar Rusks, the ultimate snack time treat. Dipping delicious, tasty, filling, satisfying.
Oh, my word. I absolutely love the fact that you get to win, my lovely. But remember, you need to enter. For now, though, I think we're all winning. You heard Graham tell you that the sound check is sounding incredible with Craig Lucas and Jimmy Nevis. I think they're some of the best vocalists we have in our country. So, my friend, this is why you need to stick around for the exclusive of their performance of Never Forget. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, it's Craig Lucas and Jimmy Nevis. Oh, my word. Don't go anywhere.
One day when our hair's gone gray.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
I'm apologising in advance. I'm going to bawl my eyes out. When the gents starts singing in just a moment, Craig Lucas, Jimmy Nevis, with an exquisite offering just for us. But before then, let's cheer ourselves up just a little bit and get you set for a Disky showdown. Because if you take your shot today at playing Sports Take 8, fixture is 753, there is an estimated R1 million up for grabs.
Oh, my goodness. Lots of money to be had. Are you ready to score big? That's the question. I think so. Well, play Sports Take 8 now in store on nationallottery.co.za or even on the mobile app and stand a chance to be inja your game.
Now, if you've got someone that you love, even a pet close by, just bring them even closer, hug them tight, because we are in for an emotional journey right now. We know what underpins this song, the history, the culture that will be revealed through this moment, what it speaks to. But right now, it is just a moment and an exclusive moment as they perform Never Forget.
Hey, what's up? I'm Jimmy Nevis, and this is Craig Lucas, and this song is called Never Forget.
Can you hear the song playing in my head? It brings back memories I thought were long gone dead. One day when our hair's gone gray, I remember it like yesterday. Never forget. So don't let them tell us that we don't exist, 'cause here I am. So don't forget about me. Don't forget the times we shared. Tell the world about your truth and we'll rewrite the history books. We will never forget. I will about you. Heavy curtains on the stage. I remember as a child, and lovers holding hands and dancing in the aisle. They stood outside with firearms while we stood to protest. We wore our culture like a bulletproof vest. Never forget. That we don't exist, 'cause here I am. So don't forget about me. Don't forget the times we shared. I'll tell the world about your truth and we'll I will never forget. I won't forget about you. I'll tell them what you did and what you mean to me. The world will see you're more than just a memory. You lived a life of legacy. We will never forget. I will never forget about you. About you.
Oh, my word. Gentlemen, will you please both be upstanding and take a bow for us right now? Ladies and gentlemen, Craig Lucas and Jimmy Nevis, an incomparable duo. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. I feel like I'm trying to choose between my two favorite children or something, man. That
you don't have to
was
choose. They're both here.
beautiful.
Please, now that you're here, Father, ask them to release some more music so that we can have more of this
I don't
going
think my
forward.
voice matters right now. I have a feeling there are going to be 1 million voices, maybe 60 million voices calling for another tune from that. Absolutely amazing. We love you guys. Thank you so much. What a way to round off Mandela Day on your Feel Good Breakfast show. We love you guys so much.
I'm so emotional.
Go and live that spirit today. Oh, I love you, girl.
Oh, man. We'll see you tomorrow.
Another Feel Good production.
Introducing the all-new Clover Full Cream Butter Spread. Smooth, creamy and effortlessly spreadable. Butter up your day with Clover Butter Spread.